And it just feels good to be back doing this. And the one thing that I did that was different was we're actually using like some kind of alternate score. I'm not sure if it's from the sequels or if it's just some kind of remix or something they released with this specifically. I don't know how. There's no way they composed their own remix of it just with the hard mode. That would make it even better than it already is. So no, I didn't delete my file. I just I can switch to here. Actually, something seems a little bit. So we go here. We're on the pool, so we're almost back to where we were obviously when we got to the roof. I can't remember if it was 5.2 or 5.4 that we ended up kind of getting stuck on a little bit. Yeah, not that I tried it for that long, but see, that used to be my old standard of trying something for a long time. I tried it for like one stream and then I was like, okay, I can come back and do it later, and then it just never happened. I never got back around to it. But now we've seen, like with Dark Souls, all this kind of crazy stuff that I do. I feel like if you turn this off, it looks better, doesn't it? Yeah, I think this is how it was. I was wondering why it looked all scratchy like that. Let me check. You have to turn off hardware acceleration to make it better. And of course, I can't read those Chinese characters, but that's supposedly what it is. Let me just wait so I can see it on stream. This is one of the hardest things to get to stream or to record or to do anything with on a new system or whatever. It's just really hard. So I'll just look at it for a second, and then I kind of want to do like a bonus episode where we do the puzzle and survival and mini games and stuff. But I think you kind of need more plants, right? Like I'll do one just to test at the beginning here. We unlocked the shop finally. So you unlocked that a lot later than I guess I thought you did, in terms of, you know, like what was it on, like 3.4 or something? It's pretty late. And 3.2 was one of the hardest levels ever for sure that we saw last time. So let's actually look at like what are some of the new ones that we were kind of reading actually the flavor text. See, some of the stuff I didn't even do the original time. Like, since what is new since the last time I read this. I guess I can do it later, but we'll do like a bonus episode where I do a lot of the what you really want is this. You want to save for this. So we have like 12k money. We don't have, the text is a little bit screwed up. Heck no, I'm crazy. Yeah, it's crazy how long you made me wait for that shit. This is like a temporary use thing, so I'm not a big fan of that. This is obviously very necessary for the pool levels. It basically makes those things into lawnmowers, which are very important. Stacking lawnmowers is a big part of the meta of this. I'm not going to worry about the other upgrades. Those are two things that are just wrong with this. Like the background gets a little fucked up and the text gets a little messed up, but it's a small price to pay. I'm trying to remember just like which ones did I actually read up to. It doesn't matter, whatever, I'll do it at the end. Just get like the full flavor of it, and then we can look through these, but they are a lot more ridiculous. Finish adventure mode to unlock, so you have page 0, survival, see how long you can last. I guess we can do one of these just to warm up. Or I guess I was in the middle of it too. 2 flags completed. Did I reset it or what did I do? It's just going to be unreasonably difficult. You kind of want the cherry bomb and the jalapeno, for example. Those would both be good. Oh, it even lets you change your plants like in between. Survival, 1 flag completed. The one thing that you really need in this is the grave buster stuff, because you can't do it without that. Even the torchwood is questionable in value. The ice is a lot better than I realized, because like not only does it slow down their movement speed, it slows down their attack speed too, so that can be really good. You know, we'll do this another time. Let's just actually progress here. But yeah, definitely I'll do a bonus episode with all the mini games and stuff for sure. Good thing Dave doesn't speak Chinese too, like some of the text is. You know, they used to call me the Fog Man. Oh yeah, now they introduced the Fog of War mechanic too. I forgot about that, really. So what's gonna happen is sometimes the music gets disproportionately loud in this version too because of the different score. So you would have to go back and start using these. I forget exactly how the sunflowers work at night, like if they're really that bad or not. It almost felt like they were pretty good because I used them once and it was fine. Like honestly, just so we for the experiment of it, I'm gonna use, no, I don't know. I kind of hate using these. So we'll use the cheap stuff and then the expensive stuff. There is no in between, right? Like where you're kind of, don't use the 100 shooter, just jump right to the 200, get the ice. So what are some other enemy types that we see here? There really isn't anything, right? The flying mechanic is also going to be introduced here. So they introduced both the Fog of War and the flying. So what else is there that we could justify having? You obviously need the lily pad. You should be able to do it with this. Even the ice one is questionable. You need kind of another utility one where you can just kill something at will. Well, I'm surprised they introduced the fog of war this heavily just like that at night. See, now the music is completely out of whack and something totally different than what you hear in the main game. Now these guys blow up your shit right when they're about to die or right when they get close to something. I forget exactly, but I think it's when they're about to die. So that's a small price to pay. Oh shit, this is epic too. Really good rescore, whatever it is. I don't know what the source of it is, but see, the problem with this is now the cone heads. Yeah, instead of the ice, I could have done like a squash or something. That mine isn't even going to trigger. I'm not going to worry about the lily pads too much. You want to get a whole bunch of sun, like getting 8 sun. Oh, maybe that would stall it out long enough. I don't even mind putting down like a 200 shooter. So usually 3 of these tends to work out. You would think they'd go a little bit easy on you considering all the new mechanics and stuff that they're introducing, but this guy on the bottom is going to be a bit of a trouble. I don't know what to do with him. I might have to let him go and I don't know. Let that lane go. It does make it very hard for me actually. Like you can still plant stuff going forward beyond that point, but that positioning is all screwed up too. I almost thought I missed him. Sometimes they'll walk right past what you just planted. So this is actually a decent row. What you have to remember is these dinky little free ones cost the same amount as, or they do the same amount of damage as a regular shooter. So we killed him before he was able to explode. I'm just gonna take a chance and do that because the cooldown is acceptable to kind of let it go. So now what we're gonna have to do is start destroying these. We also have to worry about the water. Kind of been completely ignoring that idea. You do get like an item that reveals the board temporarily, and it also blows away the flying types. So once that mechanic gets introduced, we can certainly consider it. Blow that up, put more of these down. We're kind of doing pretty well. I think this level is kind of going easy on you because of that. So now we want to start to put these in the back. Like here, for example, I could put a double shooter. You got the walnuts up there. I'm not sure what to even do with the water. You would think the ice would be super effective, like, oh, they're gonna freeze to death in the pool, but they're already dead, so I guess it doesn't matter. We could do the cherry bomb here. Look how long that cooldown feels in the context. Like half of the level passed before I was able to take really advantage of that. So I want to plant something big here. Even the ice one would be fine. So now we got guys with cones coming in the water. So this is kind of a cherry bomb extraordinaire moment where you could use it in the water, but beyond that, the other thing we could do is, oh wow, you could put a mine like adjacent to it on the ground because you can't put them on the lily pads themselves. So if you put a mine here and blew it up, that would be good. I might have to let this lane go, which I don't really understand the logic of doing that, but the cherry bomb right pop in the middle there would have been perfect. You only have the ice one here. What if I get the double shooter too? Putting a mine here wouldn't be a bad idea, but it's a little bit late to catch up to these ones. Take this shit out, let that go. Maybe put this back down. What the fuck did I do with that one? Man, these this isn't even a hard level in terms of the enemy types. I'm just kind of fucking up. We'll just get these two? Yes, nice. Okay, now you got to bring out the 200. Bring the 200, put this down, put this here. Ice. This is the last wave too, so this is the lane you really have to protect, these two. Put the mine right there, in fact. Go here. That bottom is pretty naked, but one of them has a mower at least. You also play peek. Sick, honestly. Thanks. Alright, we gotta do... Okay, this one has the mower, effectively, so you don't have to worry about that. Actually, we just win. You don't even have to do anything. This music is so good in these levels. I guess this one's still going, but... So this level is very easy in terms of the enemy types. But they're just kind of introducing the fog of war mechanic the same way that the main game would probably go easy on you whenever they introduce a new mechanic. Something like that. Now they're gonna introduce the flying types, and they're also gonna start throwing like the football guys and other shit at you. So I'm gonna have to add in the ice one. I didn't really need, but maybe instead of this, I'll do the gourd, because at least the cooldown isn't quite as long. See, I don't know if that's worth doing. I want like the little one that blows away the wind temporarily. I don't know if I'm even gonna bother to do that one. I'll do this, I'll do this, I'll do this. I'm questioning the cherry bomb a little bit. And maybe you could even do this, but you're not gonna be that sun rich. And this one isn't worth doing at all either. Right, you'd rather just stack up something better on a lily pad. What if I did this? What am I missing? You're missing the cherry bomb. I feel like you just got to use it better than what I'm doing. It's not that it isn't good. It's always one of the best. Oh my god. I just don't even think it's worth doing that. You can kind of see out of the corner of your eye at the top, but only at the top. So that's kind of fortunate even that that's the first one. But he'll jump over one of them. He goes like fucking light speed at the beginning here. I don't know how this is going to go exactly, but I don't know why I'm committing so much to the lane that he's in. Is that gonna be enough? Oh, this is gonna be hard, because how do you... Oh, I know what to do. You put the... You put this in the water, because the water is usually not attacked as much. So put these kind of in the center in the water. And then I can work with this. Put a couple of these down, I guess, but then if they get attacked, that's gonna fuck you over too. But it's not that big of a commitment in terms of resources. And put a mine down. You should always put the mines adjacent to the water, so it's gonna take out stuff in there too. Now, that might not be the best placement, but that lane is pretty stacked out for them. Put this down, and then you got to bring out the here a little more. You could put them a little deeper, but then I want to be able to prepare a defense. You need something a little cheaper just to squash stuff. If only there was something that fit into the perfect category there. This is kind of hard to figure out. Let's see. I love that when you just get extra sun from them blowing stuff up. So we don't really want this to get through. I'm surprised this guy is getting through, in fact. Put the lily pad out in front. So I have plenty of sun now. You gotta... You see, what's the point in doing the 0 cost when you could just pay 25 there? You don't have to be stingy in terms of the lily pad stuff. I do need more sun, though. You have 2 here, so a double shooter would be good. Now we gotta really do the resource dump moment, but I don't have as much maybe as what I thought. Put this down so if something comes here... Oh, shit. You always forget how dangerous those pole vault guys can be. What can I do in the water now? I would need something a little better here. The lanterns are gonna go out too. Put this out in front. This is not going that great, actually. How do we deal with the guys in the water? I don't know what's going on. I need something a little cheaper to get rid of these guys. In the middle. What the fuck? I can't get any gratuitous sun payout. It's all... Look at the water. They're sending more shit in the water than on the land in this one. He'll jump over that. Those 2 will be taken care of, but can I get any sun to actually remain? I got to use these cheap ones a little better. The double shooter is holding it down pretty good. So can I get kind of more of those? Like, he's gonna blow some shit up though. This one comes here. Now this top is very... Why can't I get a single cherry bomb off? Like, how can I be this sun starved? I don't know what's going on with that. Like, I just need a 50 here, which I got way more than that. Put this down, and then it'd be always nice to put a mine in a place where it could actually hit them there, like in front of it. I don't know what, putting the thing behind that is not the best idea. So we're gonna have to do the rest without a single lawnmower. Yeah, that was actually surprisingly a good payout for the mine placement. Yeah, I need like more utility one-off stuff. The lantern might not even be worth doing. I'm not sure that I even care about it that much. It's too much commitment. You have to commit the lily pad and the mine and this and that. Not entirely sure about this. The water is what's really scaring me too. If I had the squash instead of the lantern, it could work out better to some of these reactive situations. Oh, and then they're gonna throw the graves at you too and cuck you hard with that too. So not only can you not see, but even what you can see is gonna get covered up. Okay, I don't like to give up like that, but you could just tell that wasn't gonna go my way. So forget about the lanterns and just try to do it. This is why that next seed slot is so important, and I'm like over halfway to getting it anyway. Do this, do this. I don't know if the cherry bomb, what if you do this? No, I kind of don't want that. Everything's good with this. The only other thing we need is this and this. So forget about the lantern, forget about this. At least you have 2 utility moves. And again, if you look at the enemy types that you're going up against, they're not very strong. You're not going against football guys and shit like you're going to. So put these at the edge of the fog. The positioning is going to matter a bit more than what I've been doing in a lot of these levels. It's impossible to tell where they're coming from though. That was actually a mistake. Fuck. Why is my clicking accuracy so bad? It's not even like you have to go that fast. Take your time, but just position everything correctly. Fill this shit up. Don't worry about the water yet. Oh shit, see that? I'll put this down because I kind of botched that row. Put this here. You don't want to get pushed this far back because you want to put some double shooters here eventually. You can't let the sun get eaten up the way that I'm doing though. I don't know what that was. That was not the one I wanted to do. You got to preserve the sun. So now think about which row could use the double shooter the most from that little bailout. That's like a government bailout of sun. When you explode something, you just get a whole bunch of free shit. You know, you still have to squash this one, which doesn't make any sense, but somehow I just miscalculated that position really badly. Put this here. We're kind of overcommitting to one row there then, but we have 2 here. We need another 201 mixed in, if I can get that. Also, a lily pad could start to be effective. See, it's not like the lanterns were even that much of a commitment, but this one's fucking stupid. I don't know why I put it there. We're gonna have to replace some of these with the 200s. We hear that guy about to explode some shit. Put it there. I can't see though, so I don't know whether that's just gonna get eaten or not. I don't know what was in the way of it there. We're gonna start to get those mines to be a problem. Okay, that just blew up everything, which gonna have to use a squash here. Now we want to set up to be able to do the 200s. So both of these have a 200. I don't know what to do about this guy. It's not really okay to let him go, which we didn't, I guess. Somehow this guy got over the mine, which is weird. We want to put some double shooters in the top. Keep the bottom constant. Keep it there. Now the biggest thing that's going to fuck me over is the water, because now we can't see the water. We can't prepare for the water. They're going to be cone heads coming in the water too. So that's where some of this removal might come into play. Not the least of which could be the mine. Can I get a 200 out there? Why do I feel so sun deprived here? Let him eat that and then just put this shit out. He's gonna, oh wow. If he got that too, that would have triggered me. Don't really want to put it in the middle like that, but I really don't like the water of this scenario. I don't know why the bottom one feels so just fucked. Okay, we need something more here too. Theoretically, putting 3 of these little free ones here would be enough to take out the Conehead based on the experience that we've had with them, but it's just very sketchy. Not really the best use of it, but we're stacking up sun. Get a double shooter here. So this second row needs a double shooter pretty badly, but we're kind of pumping the mines into that a lot. Put this in front. Put the mine there. Even though I can't see, I'm just going to put my faith in the fact that it might work out. 2 of these beating on it. I'd love to put a double shooter here. It's interesting that the second row has been able to get so far without a double shooter. Now at least we have some instant kill stuff in reserve, right? We can do the gourd, we can do the cherry bomb. Here we go. That's really what you need. Another one of these wouldn't be a bad idea either. You got, why do I keep putting it on the last one? It's not even going to have an impact there. There's a decent amount of sun. We can put this one back as soon as it goes down. That mine is ready to go, so that's going to coincide pretty well. We have another double shooter here. Where can I replace? Replace this. Oh shit, the guy, gourd. Ah, fuck. We didn't really need to use it, but I always get scared of those guys with the double helmets. We'll clean out some of that shit. Thankfully, you can see a little bit off the top like that. Let this guy get through and then we'll do it. Put this in front. So these single shooters can actually be pretty good sometimes with respect to the, because this is the same as 100 cost, right? Just if it's close enough, that's all you need. This could be a double shooter too. So we at least have 1 double shooter in every row. We have 2 on the bottom ones. So the top is more my explosive focus. We'll put out, let's get rid of that shit with the gourd. I'm hoping this will be enough for the middle, but it might not be in the long run. Put this down here. That maybe is too deep because now we can't commit more to that row. Put this one here, a little bit too far up. We got 2 coming in here. You always want to put these further in the back because I don't know what this guy is even doing then. You have the cherry bomb. We may as well clear the top a little bit. We got some of the stuff in the water too. So the top is totally decked out. This one's okay. We're going to commit a bit. I do like those jewels because like we want to get to that 20,000 second seed slot sort of category right now. Put this here, make sure the water is secure. So for the final wave, we're gonna have the lawnmowers and stuff all ready in every row. So that's the one good thing about it. Put this one here. It's good to commit the mines as I can't plant there though because of that stupid thing. Little taste of my own medicine. The mine becomes the mind. I don't fucking know. So we go here, double push it, destroy all this. This guy's gonna get through, or no, how did it get them from both sides? It got the guy with the pole vault on here. Whatever. Just kind of commit everything in, and then we have the lawnmowers and stuff in reserve. So this wasn't too hard of a level, but I say that and this is gonna fucking clown me on the bottom. That's what you get for neglecting a particular side, I suppose. We're gonna let maybe one of these go, but then we're gonna get killed in the aftermath. How is this guy gonna get through? I'd love to hear the explanation for this. How is the bottom row gonna get through? It seems literally impossible, but he's doing it. This one guy is gonna solo me. Like, I don't get it. I'll stack up the bottom row too. We'll have a cherry bomb, we'll have a gourd. You can put maybe one of these here. I'm a little bit confused as to how some of these things got through, but now the only thing left is just going to be the final wave. You'd have to be kind of a complete moron to mess this up. Considering that you have 4 lawnmowers, it means you're safe in every row except the bottom. So we'll just save the cherry bomb and the gourd for that exact purpose. We won't be able to get this in there either. You know, you can just get lucky and the bottom will hardly even get attacked. Imagine getting cucked by the graves. Like, what you can see is going to get covered up by the graves, and what you can't see you can't deal with anyway. So don't waste any resources on the top if you're going to do it. These levels tend to start out easy, but I say that, and 3-2 is one of the hardest, probably the hardest in the whole game so far. So we'll see how tough the roof is. Imagine losing to a pot. That's the ultimate karma in a game about plants. Is fucking lost to a pot. Because you have to keep spamming those down just the same way as the lily pads, right? Basically just extend this mechanic to every row is what you have to deal with. When are we going to get the stuff related to this flying stuff? This is one of them. It'll shoot the balloons down, but they're so expensive. I don't know what their damage values are either. Like, okay, so that was a pretty good setup generally, but you kind of need that, or again, you could deal with them with some of the insta-kill stuff, like the gourd, the jalapeno, this and that. It's going to be pretty similar to what we've been doing. The only difference is you're going to have to put And the fog keeps getting deeper and deeper too. I could try to do it, but it's a really big commitment. 200 just for that. Hey, thanks for the follow, Fernando. How's it going? So I don't know if this, I could almost do without. No, you kind of need one of those. I think this is good. So what am I missing that I had last time? I guess the squash. It's really important to have both of those. What can I get rid of? I really just need that other seed slot. Like, there's certain utility things that you just need to have. So like 2 of these I have just because of the level that I'm in. The lily pad and the... You know, I remember doing some of these levels without any lily pads at all, because I would just put the mines and explosions right here, and it would take out everything in the water. So there is a really good way to do that, but when you can't even see shit, I guess I don't want to take a chance. Put this here, put this in the back. Don't worry about the lily pads for a while. Usually they go pretty easy on you at the beginning of a level. I don't know why I just put that out as bait just for him to take it. You know, what I can't do that I could normally do is like use a squash on it. The bottom rows are getting kind of difficult there. So, you know, this one you have to just let him go, because hopefully this mine will take out both of them. That's the best case scenario that you could hope for. But that was a very mismanaged bottom row. Now we're down 1 lawnmower on the second row, which is fine. I mean, you can't deal with that so fucking early. Some of these are like mathematically impossible situations, or at least it's suboptimal to overcommit like that. But the cherry bomb's not even bad because of the cost. It's bad because sometimes it just takes too long to even get it out. The cooldown is ridiculous. Catch him on that. You always want to put these close to the water. I don't know why I'm falling in love with the idea of putting them in the bottom row like that. That's kind of stupid. He's just gonna eat it now. Watch. Oh, every time. Oh, so the explosion didn't even work there. I guess I'll let... Oh, wow. You would think the cherry bomb should work, shouldn't it? Yeah, how come the mine didn't work? I guess because it's on the ground, you could say. Okay, now we got to start to commit a little bit to the... I don't think that even affected him. We got to commit a little bit to the water now at this point. So far I've survived without using the cactuses, but now I'm gonna have a problem with it. I guess I'll let him get through because there's only one big wave, or I mean there's only one flag at the end here, so maybe I can't afford to do it. But now I'm gonna have to start putting down the cactuses too. Put down the lily pad. So instead of putting the 200, just start putting these. You should probably put them more reactively, but the cooldown's pretty short actually, so maybe I don't have to worry about it. The big thing here is put down... Oh wow, I shouldn't have done that right there. Put down the pad and do a cherry bomb. I can't afford to let this go. Oh, I thought it would get that guy. Ah. Fuck. He just said no and went back down. I thought it would get all 3 of those. That was kind of stupid. So basically you don't even need... Here, I'll even commit in that way. I guess I don't know how strong they are, like compared to the single shooter or the double shooter. Let's do it like the same way, except instead of the double shooter, we'll just commit to this only, because it didn't seem like I really needed the double shooter there. But now you're gonna have these mixed in with other shit like the footballers and stuff. So by then you're gonna definitely need the 9th seed slot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So put these out and then go straight from this to the... Look at that, look at that. So the top row is done for and you have to accept it. But how was I supposed to know that? I guess you could just wait, but you just gotta put down the sun, put down random stuff. It's not worth it to commit anything more to that. It's pointless to put 2 in one row like that though too. You should share the wealth a little bit. And you can sometimes get fucked by the water even at the beginning. So this will be a double row for both of these. Start putting some sun on the bottom would be good too. Now the lily pads I'm not going to worry too much about yet. But then you're going to have to put the cactuses even in the water, which is pretty stupid. Like, really, is the squash gonna work on that? I think it will. It doesn't. Well, that's too bad. Well, now we know, at least. So the only thing that can get rid of it is either the cherry bomb or the jalapeno. And of course, the cactus. So this is okay on the bottom. You don't really need to plant them 3 deep like that. Put this in front. I can't believe he's getting through. You can just use squash on him at this point. He's just being so annoying. Now, as soon as you have a little bit of sun, just pretend like you're planning the 200 shooter, but instead you're planning the... Kind of need a cherry bomb down there, but I just don't have enough sun ever. Can't believe I wasted the squash like that. Now I can just start putting out the cactuses, I guess. This will blow up that guy in front too. Put this here, put this in front. The mine should pay off. It didn't. I can just cherry bomb this. It's kind of too bad that the gourd doesn't jump up and kill those. Somehow I seem to remember that actually working that way. Then you just have to wait and pick your points to put down the cactuses, or just put it everywhere eventually. They do a decent amount of damage. Like, they must do at least as much as the single shooter. Maybe somewhere in between the two, or maybe just exactly that much. But for 200, that's quite a big commitment just to take down the flying guys. That's almost what you look at it like. Like, it's only there just to take down the flying guys and nothing else. But maybe it's okay as just a solid one to put down anyway. Okay, so that actually did work for... It works on regular stuff, right? I wonder how it interacts with, like, the torchwood. That's the one thing I don't know. You gotta get him quick, though. He's not gonna get there in time, so I'm actually gonna waste a cherry bomb on it. Just because I was too delayed with my reaction. And we're gonna let the other guy get through, too. Put the other one in the water, I guess, to kill this guy. For now. Kind of a lucky placement. I didn't know what was going to happen there. Put this one back down, or we could even just put a gourd there at this point. This guy's going to get through, which is utterly ridiculous. Because even then, he's still going to get through, right? Like, in the sense of... Use the fucking gourd on him, I guess. Now, 3 is usually enough to take out one of these, but at least one of them gets killed. I accidentally put the sun there, though. Okay, we need to figure out which rows still need a fucking stupid cactus. And the answer is it's going to be rows 1 and 5, I guess. I can't believe this one got through. We'll just let that wave die, I guess. Put a little stuff in the bottom. This will be okay because it'll carry over to kill the other wave too, I guess. So which one would need a cactus? Only row... Oh shit, we have 2 rows that might need it. Just in case they send a balloon guy at me at the end here. It's amazing how sun-starved you really are. I guess I'm not planning as many as I normally would because you have to... I don't like putting them in the water. It just seems like a waste. So just put this down in the 2nd row, or sorry, the 4th row. And then just assume that's going to be enough, which it very likely might not be. Now you got to worry about this row. Just give me a little bit to put down a walnut or something, dude. Please. Oh, that's it. So they are kind of going easy on you as they introduce these new mechanics, I suppose. 200. Yeah, this is the one that I like too because it gets rid of the fog. So sometimes that is worth it. So instead of wasting a cherry bomb on those, you can just waste this on those. You get this, this. You still want the cherry bomb. You still want this. You could just justify doing the cactuses instead, though. Like, you could still play it the same way as the last one. What am I missing? You need the lily pad. You also kind of want the squash, though. So maybe you don't need that. We'll just do it the same way as the last time. And pretend like... But that works, you know, for both of these mechanics pretty well. The idea that it gets rid of the fog and the flying type. So you can hear them, but it's hard to know still what lane they're really coming from. And whenever they send water stuff early, it's a bit of a cock block, but you just have to kind of deal with it. We'll commit to this lane a little bit, unless it's like a metal cap guy, but they're kind of going easier on the enemy types, which is of course very necessary. Why did I get such a big Lotus Sun there? It's almost worth it to cherry bomb this bottom part. Because I guess you could have been a little more patient and put down a mine, but I just don't know what's going to be coming there. You can't use a squash on it. Both of those rows are going to get hit, and you kind of just have to let it happen, because it seems like a bad decision, but what can I really do? Even the squash isn't going to work. So now we should always have a 200 in reserve. We have one of those clown dolphin things coming, so I just have to guess which row it's going to be in, right? Educated guess. I was wrong, so that one gets popped too. Right, they're way too fucking fast. Is it gonna be the same one again or what? Okay, now we have to have this in reserve. Just shoot that fucker down. The lily pad served the purpose of getting rid of both of those. You really gotta have an answer for this, like a gourd, or what do you got? This would be fine. Okay, that's good. Now we got to focus on the land still. I'll just do that to try to clear some space. I don't really know what I'm even hitting with it, but it usually pays off pretty good. You got to have a cactus ready all the time, or just put it somewhere that feels like it needs some help in the first place. Got to put the mine always next to the water like we've been doing. So what if we put it like... Okay, I don't know what that is. Okay, so what do I do about this group though? You have to be able to do this. Put this down. These are gonna get through, or at least we can put this down and then try to kill it with this for now. Now what can I do about this bottom row? Putting down the sun was not the best idea. I might have to do the gourd or what? Try to kill some time in front of this guy. This is one of those desperation things where you just use the plants as a tank. Okay, what else can I do here? That was a pretty beautiful mine actually. Would have been nice to have a cactus ready for that, but just doesn't really work. So we have one in every row except for rows 3 and 6. Put this here. Okay, that goes past it. This goes here. What else can I do? Put a mine there. Just try to get these 200s out there. I'm surprised the bottom is so uncovered. But he's missing one arm, so that means it's hard. I forget how the damage thresholds work exactly, but I thought it would get the ones in front too. Putting down a walnut there wouldn't be a bad idea. Put it like in front of this. And then if we get to that 200 mark, we can put down put this a little further up would be okay. Okay, we'll hit it there. That seems to be good as far as I'm concerned. It of course cuts through and hits everything, so maybe that's not a bad thing. It's not like it's only hitting one target, right? I don't know why I put a second one there. Put this here. A squash for this guy could be okay. That's like the strongest enemy type that you're gonna see necessarily. Okay, so he's just gonna eat that right up, and there's nothing I can do about it. We'll just let it go. Too bad we didn't get like an explosive rebate thing off the back of it. 1, 2, 3. What do we do about these two bottom ones? At least this has a protector in the sense of, so which one can still get killed by the stupid flying type? I guess only the bottom one. Maybe put a squash down. We got a stupid dolphin coming too, so it's gonna jump over something here. Got multiple. Oh wow, this is gonna start to get ridiculous. This one doesn't even have anything protecting it. That was kind of unlucky, honestly. Plant a lily pad first. Okay, so what could have been done differently there? It's like you need another one-shot mechanic to just deal with stuff in the water, but I don't have enough space for it even. I guess I'll just do the same setup. You shouldn't really keep trying to do the same setup over and over, but you just have to protect the water a little bit better, right? Because you're going to kind of need those mechanics no matter what you do. Okay, so the top one is kind of worthy of a mine if you could do it, but maybe I won't. Because you see at least a second one next to him too, right behind him. This music is so good, and it almost doesn't even fit with a simple pool yard, but I don't know where the fuck it's from or anything. That was a mistake. Man, I'm making a lot of basic mistakes. You could still have enough time to put a mine here if it ever wants to come out. I might just do it squash instead. Okay, so it's impossible to deal with them this early, or really you wouldn't even want to. I wish you could use squash on them. All you have to do is start putting out these 200s everywhere. Like for example here even. The problem is he's still going to get through. It's not going to just kill him that easily. I'm not sure if this one is actually active. I don't know. Yeah, I had to buy him at least that much time and it still wasn't enough. Now that's just a complete waste of sun. Dude, this guy is a Superman. He's just able to get through fucking everything. That's so insane, dude. So now what? That goes on the bottom. That was a pretty fortuitous lawnmower trigger there though. But look at this one. Those two are just gone. That's a very strategic decision just to send those fuckers at me early. These zombies know how to zerg. So now I might get enough to be able to do the cactus here. The problem is it's going to be too late because you're still going to have to put other shit down and sack it. You have to put another one down. Thankfully, oh, I think those things have a higher frequency to be able to give you a higher rate of giving you like the stupid. That was okay positioning, I guess. Oh, I don't know about this one. The bottom one is gonna get killed. In fact, I'll just do a cherry bomb there. Pretty good value out of it, honestly. It's not bad. Put it here. Put it there. Put one like this. Of course, this one isn't going to get any value at all, so I don't know what I was doing with that. Like, what can I even do about this guy? Maybe I need both of those things. Forget about the cherry bombs even. Just do the stupid just do the little windmill thing. It's almost like you could justify farming out for 20k just to be able to do both, you know. Now the seed slot thing becomes a nuisance. How much do I have? 14. It would take a while. Just keep trying this though. I do get like a couple of diamonds. I don't know what exactly dictates it. So we're not even going to do the cherry bomb. We're not even going to do the double shooter. We'll only do this. And so it's going to be like, this is good. What else is a question here? Or maybe I don't even need the squash. What else could I do? You don't really want the lantern. This technically does affect them, whereas this doesn't. No, but you kind of need the squash early for other stuff. Possibly. Whenever something gets through that you just don't want to get through. You can put this here. The top row is pretty infested with them, which makes it seem almost impossible to, you know, it almost seems worthless to do that because you're not going to get through both of them. That's the kind of lane that you just decide early you're just going to let it die. Right, and it's worth it to give up the lawnmower once like that. Like if a footballer comes there at the beginning, you don't want to waste everything just trying to kill him. Yeah, just let him go. Like really, you really want to commit resources to that? I guess I could do a squash though still. That might be the perfect use of it. The fact that it does it on multiple targets makes it... I'd almost given up on that one, but that shows you the value of the squash sometimes. Bring this guy down. Bring this guy here. Now this won't be enough to deal with it, so I don't know what I was really thinking there even. Like, what do I do about that bottom row now? The squash is going to be up in time. Going to be my MVP one here. So whenever those guys come out, just use this to deal with them. Even better if they come out in groups. Of course, that sets the sun thing back a little bit. Put that in front. You just got to take a guess with the dolphin. At least it'll slow it down if I... Okay, it was the correct guess. No, actually... Oh, that seems like a scripted thing, which most of this hasn't been. Like where those two come together no matter what. Okay, this isn't going quite the way I thought in terms of sun. Now, rather than plant something to deal with it, I could just do this. But wait till he's at the very end then. That's the best way to do it. Put these two on the bottom. And if you can justify doing a cactus too, you can do that. This also gives you an idea of what you're dealing with, really, which is great. Put this here. Now the cooldown is reasonable enough to where you could maybe still do that. The only problem with that placement is it was way too deep. So I'm going to keep spamming the mine in front of that. Where else can I put it? You want to put it maybe a... Oh, man, my ability to just accurately click stuff in this has not been acceptable. Oh, it lasts a long-ass time, too. Maybe that's a little bit early in case another one's about to come. I'd feel kind of stupid, but another dolphin is coming. Why is this guy even slowed down? Somehow the wind makes them freeze in the water, and I didn't even realize it did that. Apparently we can squash this guy. We can do that. It also slows this guy down. Put this as like a third row. Put this here. And the good thing with those is you can plant them kind of anywhere, right? It doesn't really matter. I don't know what to do with this row either. We could do, I don't really want to let that lawnmower go, but that row is kind of just tough. Now you can save that in reserve. This is doing pretty good work too. Put the mine there. I could actually start to put these down now that I have a bit of sun in reserve. So we want to put a whole bunch of this stuff out. Oh, I love how long this stuff lasts. Put one of these here because why not? So we're only at the halfway point, really. So what else could I do here? That's going to shoot that down. We certainly could afford the ability to... Oh, shit. You're going to have to do a little squash there. You can do one of these. I feel like I'm doing them too early sometimes. Now this, I don't know how good this little cactus is going to be against a metal cap guy. That might be a little tricky. Oh, wow. They're bombarding this one area. How can they... Oh, that's unfair. They all focus fired that one spot. It's like they know. Yeah, that one was a little bit tricky and tough. We might just, worst case, have to save up for the 20k. It might actually be... I wouldn't say it's not possible to do it, but it makes it... What other things could you do? almost like you maybe need the piranha, but I don't think that's going to eat it out of the air. You get this. So you need the cherry bomb and the... Maybe you don't even... No, I don't know. Instead of the walnut, just do like another utility thing. Do this, do this. So anytime you're gonna walnut, just use the fucking squash instead. Maybe time is of no object that way. You hear a dolphin, I think, already. So that means it's going to, unless it's just like a PTSD in my dreams, I'm just hearing it for this level. But bring this down, let that guy go, let him go. Unless you really do get up to 200 here, but you don't want to waste it. You just don't want to get sent back in terms of sun. If you could squash them, I wouldn't mind it, or maybe it's worth it now. If oh, it's too late. You may as well just let it go then. It's okay at the beginning sometimes to do that. The bottom one is in a tough state. It's not going to save that little thing though. So we're gonna get more dolphin shit out here. Why don't we just wait instead of guessing? Oh, okay, I can't click. I literally cannot click. It's an extra part of the hard mode. Your clicks get misdirected randomly by some unseen force. No point doing the cherry bomb. They have an interesting way of sort of bombarding the same spots over and over. That's something I find pretty interesting. It should take care of those, and you do get like a pretty good sun rebate on them. That makes it seem pretty worth it. You should always keep putting these down in a way that could be worthwhile. And again, these are your big shooter. It's not even meant to deal with just the... Man, they just keep doing it with that row. I would say I'd stack up more stuff on that row, but I literally just can't do that. Now, this stuff on the bottom is just going to get killed. There's nothing I can do about it. It killed one of them, but the other one's just going to go crazy. Now, you need to space this out a bit more, or you should put that further back so that they jump over this and then they go slower on the way to it. Look at how much they're attacking that bottom row in the water. It's insane. To do this, you could cherry bomb the top, kind of let it get out of hand too much. Put this in front, which is probably going to get eaten anyway. We'll put the sun back. Now that's the problem. He's just going to eat right through that and just get it. Right? There's no way to stop it. So both of the water ones are completely naked. If I had a 10 seed slot, that would make this much easier, but that does almost make it sound like an excuse. So what else do we have? You might just have to even do that. Putting them right next to each other like this is not always the greatest idea. The water stuff is insane to deal with sometimes. The spin thing is like a little bit cute for that, but we might get the cherry bomb in time, but it's gonna be tough. I mean, that's the only thing that could even save me. Now I'm not gonna have enough sun for it. We have to put down another lily pad even. Huh, why is this one so hard for me? That is really, really tough. So maybe you don't worry about this. You try to get these out super early by maybe strategically cherry bombing and getting like a sun rebate. You go like this, cherry bomb, jalapeno even. Just go full on explosion build. You don't even really want that. Bring out the cactuses, bring out this, bring out this. So we have a lot of utility stuff, very offensive minded, to try to just blow shit up. You have to really preserve the sun a little better than what I'm doing. Spreading them out between the lanes is maybe not the greatest idea. Sometimes you can just stack one lane up hard and just make sure you protect that one lane at all costs, but maybe not. Sometimes that can be good. You don't have to worry about the lily pads yet, although this guy's going to be hard to get through. Like here, a mine is perfect placement for the bottom. The dolphin's already coming though. If I could just get enough for a mine, I'd be okay with that. I'm not even gonna worry. Oh wait, it's too late now though. Fine, what if we just let all these clowns die at the beginning? Give me a little sun rebate off of that though. Sometimes they do. Or somebody at the end gave it to me, I think. Where's the edge of the screen? Just have to take a guess there, I guess. Hopefully it's the right one. It was. Then you got to put one out there as like bait and then put this guy all the way back. So that should be enough to kill it with that amount of distance. If it's not though, I'm kind of screwed. Or maybe it's a good justification time to do that. Put the mine here. The top row should actually be okay-ish, but maybe not. Put a second one out here. Put this on the bottom. So what do we do now with this? Do we really let that guy through? You could do a jalapeno if you just get one more big sun in time. It's not gonna happen though, is it? Put this one on the bottom. Just make sure that the dolphin doesn't get through. So that's why you got to put them deep and then put the stuff that you actually want to use further back so that you have a bit of room. Put this here and then put this there, but I was very slow with that. You don't have the way to blow them out of the air. You actually have to do it manually. You're gonna have to squash that one. It's just not gonna be possible. So their distance is like 2 to 3 squares, something in between like that. You can do this to get rid of... Oh wow, I do have some inverse clicking problem here, where I'm clicking one row lower every time than what I mean to do. Now there's no mathematical way to deal with this guy. I obviously meant to blow up both of those on row 5. Why am I having such a hard time? This wouldn't be that hard with another seed slot, which you could theoretically have by now, which certainly in a mode like this it would be justified to have it. I think that was a reasonable way to go about it. Where's the other explosive thing? I guess it's technically not an explosive, but it counts for the same purpose. You got to make a good executive decision early as to what you really want to commit to. And if you can do that, see, like, you just let that guy go. Or maybe you don't, but every little sun here at the beginning is precious to be able to plant these stupid things. So just let that clown go. Gets rid of one of my lawnmowers. That would have worked even if it wasn't the upgraded mower, because it's unlikely that they send a second thing there. Now they're gonna bum rush some of the stuff in the water. What else do we have here? We can go up like this. Put this behind. That was maybe the wrong one to do, but he's actually... Oh no, that one's being attacked pretty badly too. It's just like you can't fucking see. That spin thing is actually pretty good because of how long... Guess where I was trying to place that one. Just take a wild guess. Fucking stupid. Is that gonna be enough to kill it? We'll probably just use the squash. Fuck it. Those, again, those and the explosions can sometimes give you a big rebate when you kill stuff with them. Of how much sun you put back in, or... I guess I don't know fully how that mechanic works, but... Put this out here. Apparently this bottom one isn't going to be too good. So if I get a little bit of sun, I can use the jalapeno there, which would be worth it, especially if I get a sun rebate back. Maybe you can't get the sun rebate back inside the fog, but that's not actually true because we just did it before. There's going to be some problem with the dolphin thing here. Put that down and then put the squash down, like right behind it. Now the bottom row is a question, and also the top row is a question because of this. We're not getting the cactuses out quick enough. I wouldn't mind saving those by using a cherry bomb, but I just can't do it. The sun is just gonna absolutely cuck me the whole way. You gotta have a little bit in reserve to do some of these explosive mechanics. Using the gourd on these guys isn't even a bad idea if you can get it off. It protects the plant, or it protects the lily pad by doing that too. Got to give a little bit of space here at least. One of them to bait it, and then one of them to... I mean, it would be worth it even to cherry bomb that. Put this guy down into the water. Is that really going to help? Oh, it just kills them. They can't swim. So in a way, it's a good thing for them to come up like that. He jumps over right into it. Put down the gourd to try to save that, but it didn't save it. That's unfortunate. Put this here up in front. I don't know what the deal with this is. We're gonna have to let that go too. Yeah, this just isn't gonna work. Fuck. Just have to put a cactus in every row, and even that's not gonna be enough. Like, let's see if that's enough to kill it there. Because a double shooter might be. Put even the sun back. I don't know. I'm just kind of spamming stuff. If they give me a little bit of window in the water, it could be good. These dolphins just completely bum rush you though. It's very hard to deal with. Put this here. We're going to work with 7 sun, I guess. Put down the lily pad so the guy jumps over it. We do have some on-demand explosive stuff. So when they put a row together like that, it can be very, very good. That is actually not a bad thing. So he's like frozen because of the metal cap, I guess. I don't really even know what exactly happened there. So for this guy, we have to use an explosive, which I don't have. So I just lose, I guess. Now if we had the 200 thing that blows everything away, that would actually work. Huh. I really don't see how to do it economically. Otherwise, you just don't have enough slots. Like, what is one that I'm really not using? That's kind of very odd to me. What other things can I do here? You could do this one. Put this, put this. Maybe I can just give up on the stupid cactus and only use this. But then this is going to be just as expensive, but at least it'll be more effective. This is good, this is good. Blow them away. Put down the pad, put down this. So everything with that is good. Kind of giving up on the walnuts for a little bit here. Put this in front, put this behind. Want to get to like level 5 at least. If they send a fucking little dolphin saboteur at the beginning, I'll just deal with it. Or instead they send this guy. So they send something basically that you're not going to be able to deal with, or that you probably shouldn't even commit resources to dealing with. And of course you can't see shit, so at some point we can blow these fuckers away and just give me like a big sun dump though. How about that? He gives me a little bit of money. Work towards that seed slot, but it's gonna be 20k. Strategically placing it one down to the bottom. We'll have some little diagonal reflex here. That's fine. So basically this guy I'll just use squash on, since I'm not capable of clicking in the right fucking row ever. Put this guy behind, or maybe we will let that row die even. Sometimes it's not a bad decision to do that. We can put this here. Hopefully nothing will kill it in the meantime. That's always like a shot in the dark, literally, because it's night. Just the idea that you're able to... I don't know about that one. I could do the little windmill thing here. This level's a little bit tricky, but again, the solution is simple. Just get another seed slot. Is this going to be enough? It's not going to be enough. You would think by sacrificing all these mowers you would have a certain comfort zone going forward, but you just don't. It doesn't even help. I'm still gonna get destroyed. Hopefully that was the right placement there. He's still gonna eat the sun too. He can't even get his ass there in time. Okay, that's quite a bit of a sun benefit here. Put this one down too. Not gonna waste the thing until you get the... Looks like a V, blower instead of blower. Put this like right here. Could even let that lane die, but I guess I don't have to. Do this and hopefully it'll kill both. It has usually a pretty good radius, but I don't know how to use it, I guess, properly. Put down a bit more of these so you have a little bit of a line of defense here going. Put this down at the bottom. So now would be a good time to do the blower, and you'd be able to see shit too. Now we can kind of make our priorities clear. That kind of just barely missed the... So this would be perfect because you'll get them all together. The blower might be up by the time this is done, by the time this guy goes through. And it is. So we'll wait till he's at the very end, but just don't forget. And with that one, you don't even have to worry about misclicking because it's... Okay, good. That does give you, like I said, a very good rebate scenario. You want a couple double shooters here, let's say. Make them jump over this shit in the distance, and then they'll get exploded by a mine as well. Put this down here. What else is going on? Like, you want to put another double shooter here, let's say. Not really the best use of it, but I just don't want to have to worry about it. It's just those lily pads are pretty vulnerable. That's what can be pretty tough sometimes. You got to have the blower ready and all the sun. I don't mind even just targeting the water like that. Get them to jump over, but then is the double shooter gonna really be enough? I really need the blower, first of all. I mean, the more of these they send, the better, because you're just getting better value out of it. It does slow these fuckers down too a bit. Just put like an endless row of lily pads, even though there's nothing on them. You're gonna need another blower coming up. It is good how that interaction works in the water, how it like freezes them. I guess I wasn't really aware of that. Take out the top this way, take out a whole bunch. It's better to wait because now what if we get more of them coming? You never really know. Put this here. You need a lily pad there for sure. Is a double shooter going to be enough to take this guy out? Of course not. Of course not. You have to wait for the blower. That's unbelievable that he was able to do that. Blower. Just didn't have enough sun there. It's even teasing me with a buttload at the end. So that's kind of like the right idea, but it's still kind of tricky. You have to preserve your sun, I guess, a bit more. Okay, that whole build setup wasn't a bad idea. Going straight for the 200s is fine. Going for this is fine. Go for this. Okay, we're gonna do basically the same thing. But maybe protect the water a bit better and also deal with the stupid flying guys. Just have a little bit of sun in your pocket. You just don't even know what row is going to be coming for you here. So put the lily pads here and then put some attackers back. That's kind of the right idea, but not yet. So hopefully we can prevent any rows from dying, but if anybody comes from the water, I just won't even be able to do that. Committing to that row just because I can actually fucking see it. So a squash or something here would be fine. I haven't been using the mines as effectively. I mean, I can barely even see that guy by the time he's already crossed. Put this here. Put the squash down. Now, would it be worth it to spend 200 on that fucking balloon guy? At least the one good thing is the balloon guy doesn't attack stuff as he goes. Like, imagine if he dropped bombs and fucking blew up some of your plants as he's going too. He doesn't do any damage aside from eating the lawnmower, which is obviously the equivalent of just killing you once it goes on. But put that there even though I can't fucking see anything. So we got to protect the bottom row at all costs. If it's the top row in the water, then I guess I can just deal with it, but I'm gonna have to deal with it, in fact. So put these as far out as you can go. Now we got to start putting down the double shooters and stuff. It'll also slow these guys down. So what if I put one of these down and then blow this guy away, blow a couple guys away? Now we have like a pretty open field to just kind of do whatever I want. So how many of these clowns are going to come out? They're going to jump it, but they're going to get... I like how that guy always gets the last word, so to speak. But this guy's still too strong. You got to be able to blow them away in between, right? The cooldown of this always has to be sufficient. Oh no. Oh, we had a mower, strategic sack, but realistically there was no reason to do that. The mine should take care of some of these. but not the ones here, I guess. You shouldn't put them that deep, I suppose. You want some of these double shooters too. I have one double shooter, I have two double shooters. Now you're gonna need a lot of sun, so you're kind of putting yourself in a danger zone by, you know, like you need the, oh my god. I'm just always overestimate the rate at which I get sun. I'm just not gonna get it, am I? Wow. You just don't have enough. Mathematical impossibility there. Is pretty insane. Okay, try again. Eventually we will get to that 20,000 mark, but it almost feels like you should be able to do this without that. What am I missing? Just the stupid wind thing? I mean, you just don't have enough to work with. Like, the sun cucks you so much. I don't know if you even have to use this though. For some reason I remember the sunflowers working pretty good at night. Like the first level, it didn't seem like much of a disadvantage. But maybe the sunflower is the equivalent of the smaller one here at night. We're committing to this top row pretty hard. I won't worry about the water yet for a while. This one I could use like a gourd or something. I'm not going to worry about getting him with the little shooters. They always get through one of them with cone heads. But if you have three, so it'll eat one and then die to the other two. So once again, overestimating the sun. I'm just gonna let it die. Like, I can't deal with that bottom row. Let both of them die. It's so triggering at the beginning to have to deal with stuff that you just can't deal with. Even that amount of sun is cute, but so what? In fact, I'll even do this. At least now I can see what I'm dealing with, which actually isn't all that much. Put down more of these. Just fucking plant them on top of each other, stack them like a fucking totem thing. That would be a way to counter the fucking... That would be a commitment of resources too. So put this here. And to focus on the lily pads at 1.2 coming up. It does really illuminate it for a very long time, so I don't mind it that way. We need to blow this guy away. We also need to do something with this. You're gonna wait till he gets pretty much as far as possible. Gonna stack up a little bit of stuff on the bottom. Put a third one here, which is not ever gonna be enough. I guess I just don't care about the sun there. Is this guy really gonna get through? Because that's kind of hard to believe, but... Okay, so we'll save this shit going forward. You can't be too afraid to pop some of this stuff as far as the 200, because you're gonna get some of it back, like in these amazing rebates that we look at. Now at least you have more space to work with, and you're going to be constantly doing it, so I guess you never have to worry about the fog, right? That's kind of an illusion. You want to wait, but maybe not that long, just to make sure you get more of them coming out. See, if I waited even a split second longer, I would have died, but other than that, I would have been fine. So put some double shooters here, put a single shooter here. First line of defense, second line of defense. This is so that they jump over it too. Do you want another double shooter? Probably not right now though. You want to make sure you have 200 to be able to blow this guy away, otherwise you're just dead. So there you go. You can blow away 3 of them and you get a lot of sun rebate back. I love that. Get a little fucking dolphin coming. Put another one here. Put them always a little bit further up in front. Not a bad use of the cherry bomb, and look at how much fucking beautiful sun you get. You have no excuse now to be able to do it. You have double shooters in the water. I can't imagine this not being enough, dude. You kind of want to put this here, but not right now. You want to put it after the fact. The one double shooter in most of these rows should be enough. Which one doesn't have one? This doesn't have one, and the second one doesn't have one. Other than that, I should be in good shape. Grab all this shit up. Get plenty of fucking sun. That's the whole beauty of it. The water can sometimes be intimidating because you're not able to really slow them down too much. I guess doing this. Okay, that was a good use of the mine. Obviously, sometimes I forget even how good the mine's gonna be. Just put these out too. Wait till he gets to the end. I mean, if you're not gonna use a cherry bomb here, I don't know when you are gonna use one. Do this as well, slow them down if I can. Double shooters are always good, so we want to almost double stack a double shooter here. Put another one here, even though you probably should have put it at the bottom. What else could pose a problem here? We're gonna have to just do the stupid spin thing again. If I don't get enough sun in time, that would have been wonderful. Sometimes these, like, you have 8 of them out, but they cuck you for like a long 30-second period of time sometimes, which I just don't get why or how that is the case. Put this one out too, in a pretty decent spot, but you still have to watch out, and you have to make sure you always have enough sun for some of this stuff. 2 double shooters. Put another one of these out. The graves are gonna start to cuck me now too. I can't believe it. Put that one too. Put this one too. Let me guess how to deal with this. You could actually cherry bomb it because they're all so close, but gotta just keep stacking up double shooters. Not right now though. Wait for the sun. A whole bunch more coming, but you're gonna have to do it now, otherwise he's gonna pop the little water lawnmower. Put this here. You could certainly blow shit up, but I don't know. I don't know what's really the most threatening thing. It's hard to say when you have all this shit flying. You wouldn't even have to do that. You have the mines. Oh. Don't wait too long though. It's easy to fall asleep because you are trying to wait and bait a little bit. Double shooter, double shooter. Put down the squash since I'm not doing much with it anyway. Blow that up. You're still gonna have to do it on this balloon guy here. It doesn't slow the guys down on land, only the guys in the air, or I mean in the water. Yeah. I guess I forget seeing those guys really too much even on the roof, but it would make the most sense on the roof because they obviously, you know, you're flying. Like, how do they get up there in the first place? I guess they're kind of flanking you in an overextended way. Okay, put this down. Just put a whole bunch of shit down. What you might have to do is use this like twice during this final wave, depending how spread out they are. So the bottom row is a little bit concerning. I'm gonna have a cherry bomb in reserve though. Do this to also slow down the shit. Wait, apparently it blew the guys in the water away too. How does that work? Why did it do that? I thought it just like slows them down or something. Basically it's over. This guy's gonna die to the stupid I was gonna say the lawnmower thing, but he's actually gonna die to the squash, I suppose. Yeah, double shooters. You get a taco, which Dave has wanted for a long time. So what does he give you for that, I wonder? What are you gonna do with the taco? You found my magic taco. I'll give you 1,000. It's mine. Why did I give you so much? Because I'm crazy. Take a look around. I got some new items in stock. Yeah, this one was pretty cool too. If you put this like right in the middle, see, the first time I remember really using this was in the hard mode. I don't think I even got around to using it in the regular mode because it was just over so fast. Or maybe I tried it in like some bonus mode, puzzle mode type stuff. I do want that 9 slot though. Plant these on your lily pads to turn them into cattails. They can attack any lane and take down balloon zombies. Any lane. So you would just need one of those and you don't have to worry about the balloon stuff. Oh yeah, you're gonna get a nice little break level here too. Well, Harvey's out of town, so you're coming with me. Harvey number 2. Is that like a Two-Face reference? These don't go away, do they? Whoops, that's not where I meant to plant it. May as well just do that one. You don't really want to waste the stuff either, but what, is fog gonna just randomly come now? Wait, how did we even end up back in the fucking yard? I thought we were gonna do the pool the whole time. That's kind of random. You might have think I botched that pretty badly, but you still have the lawnmowers to protect you. But what's gonna happen after that, I wonder? The only thing you have to plant is a light, so the sun isn't really gonna save you. Is that the whole level? That's it? Just don't fuck up the puzzle. Yeah, nice hard mode. It's hard to make the hard mode hard in some of these weird ones where you just squash stuff with the fucking hammer and whatnot. Like, what is this level? Imagine if this is the hard version. I'd hate to see the easy version of it, the regular version. Slow motion epic. Unless there's more to it. You broke the vases. Nice and good. Broke them like the time I broke my back digging all those trash cans. Here, I brought some more. Got to be careful about breaking them too fast. You don't want to end up with more zombies than you can handle. Oh, okay. So these are guaranteed plants. You have to make some executive decisions at some point. Use one of these. You gotta make use of them though. I don't know what I'm doing, man. I can't click. You have a lawnmower there anyway, so it happens in like phases, which would be really annoying to fail at. I don't think I've failed one of these utility levels yet, with involving the hammer or involving, like, you know, whenever the mechanics are kind of taken out of your hand, because they're just way too easy most of the time. Like, planning it here is obviously just me spam clicking to break the vases. What happened? Apparently I'm not plugged in somehow, even though I am. Let me check it here. This cursor is so fucking big too. What's with that? I don't remember it being that big. Because this mobile game really is going to be the most battery consumptive thing ever. This should be the last of them. Break these and you'll be all done. Let's just put them in every row then. Gotta make sure you address the football guy. Oh, that was a pretty bad decision, I guess. You can control him right there, or at least that's what I was trying to do. Breaking them all together like this is not really something that you have to do. Change this guy's allegiance. Put this guy in the middle. We might have fucked up even because we have so little in the way of the lawnmowers. But just using those hypno things is so good. I was just doing it like a normal level where you wouldn't know what to expect. So just put something in every row. I mean, we took care of the two metal camp guys just like that. I think we actually missed the Michael Jackson the one time I was trying to get him. Okay, that was just a joke of a level. Imagine failing a level like that. Although that's probably the closest I came to doing that. Forward and backward, so that means they're gonna have stuff that like digs out of the ground. They don't really properly introduce the mechanic, they just kind of show it to you, and then right, like even in the main game it would be like this, where it would just give you this and be like, deal with these guys. You don't know what they really do yet. We could deal with them kind of like the same way we deal with a lot of stuff, like the gourd maybe, or even like a piranha. It would eat it from behind. I don't know. That's kind of like my first instinct. So apparently we're not going to deal with the flying ones here at all. But sometimes it's evil like that, and it'll make you deal with previous mechanics and current mechanics at the same time. Obviously in the upcoming levels that might be the case, but... What else do we have? This would actually hit stuff behind too. But we don't actually have any proper shooter either. This encourages you to like... build stuff going a little further forward. Because if you put it all the way back, then they just eat it right away. And they're not going to trigger the lawnmower either, so they just go behind enemy lines and kind of fuck your whole thing up. Definitely very tricky enemy type. I want to try that PvP thing, but you can't really do it online. Because imagine with all these different zombie types and stuff, there'd be so much meta to it. If you're able to plant all of them. You can only do it on like the Xbox version of the game or whatever, but it's a pretty awesome idea. You might have to squash something here. I guess I will just go back, but somebody's gonna fuck me from behind, and you're gonna have to destroy your own son to be able to deal with it, is really the point. You gotta go 1, 2, 3 with these cone heads for sure. The one... I feel like maybe it's something wrong with the version of the game that sucks the plant down to the next row just to try to troll you and make your life harder, because otherwise I certainly can't explain it. Not too bad of a beginning here. It's just a question of... I guess I underestimated how good that blowing effect is, because what's going to happen to it is you have the ability to We haven't really seen any of those diggers yet, but they're gonna throw a whole bunch at me at once probably. What do I have here? Like a cherry bomb, a mine, anything like... Okay, he's gonna come there. So a piranha would be nice, but now I'm worried about this little section here too. He's gonna destroy my sun, which is gonna keep it on a permanent loop at the bottom too. I don't know what to really do about it. You do a piranha plant in the back row to deal with those guys specifically. Basically all my sun is fucking ruined. Okay, this is not the best start. It wouldn't be as bad in the day because you could just keep replanting them and keep using them, but this kind of punishes that because I like to get a squash. I don't know if the piranha would have been available by that point, but you just got to push your formation forward a little bit based on these diggers, because then you could have a piranha there and it will eat them from behind even. The cherry bomb from one of these would be nice if you could give me the 150. If you could do that for me. Puzzle mode unlocked. What, just from some random fucking thing? It's just not gonna work for me with this. They're just not giving me sun in time. Like I had 3 of these big ones up. Just have to let the lawnmower go. That's the best amount of sun I'm gonna get, I suppose. Oh yeah, I forgot the water was even a mechanic here. Wow. We're gonna have to deal with stuff from the water. Not where I was trying to put the squash either. Well, I don't know what's wrong with me with that today. This should get both of them. It didn't. Okay. Yeah, it's very hard to deal with it because I guess the level's almost over, but... what is the proper way to deal with those, I wonder? I guess you could put a mine at the end there, but then that's too much of a commitment. And it's too slow, so you wouldn't know even... Is this guy gonna be back up by then or what? I hope. Yeah, just in time, in the nick of time. Do this. We barely planted any actual regular shooter stuff. The middle is kind of fucked. It'd be nice if we had the cherry bomb coming up. Kind of prepare it there. Good thing this guy can't just keep going. I'm not actually sure what the fuck is going on here. I don't know that I'm gonna survive this really. It's gonna be the final wave. Use the cherry bomb there, I guess. Plant like a double shooter, which is gonna get attacked now by another one of those fucking clowns too. All of our sun is just coming from the stupid I have no idea. It'd be amazing if we survived this. We'd have to get lucky with the placement a little bit. Imagine winning a level with this little shit on the field. Even if somebody comes from behind, they're never gonna kill you. It's just a question of surviving the other stuff. Deal with this fucking metal cap guy for one. Getting all this sun like that is the dream come true though, really. That's the best way. Eat this guy. Put this down. So much sun though, they're just bailing me out. Eat this fucking clown too. Double shooter will take care of you. This was a really lightweight, easy level. Now they're gonna combine the flying thing, the digging thing, they're even gonna bring back the footballers, I bet. You can see when the normal game does it, they'll put like one of them in there, like wow, on level 4-8 you have to deal with one footballer in addition to all this stuff, but then in this mode they'll give you like 20 of them or something crazy. This is cute and all, but it's not actually that effective. It's expensive. You can put them like right in the middle and it'll just go, you know. I can't justify doing that. We'll just do it the same way. Although no, because it's kind of weak. You have to put like way too many of them to make it good. I'm still a bigger fan of just using the explosives in a timely fashion. There's not going to be any flying ones still. So we'll just do it kind of like the same way as last time, but a little bit more efficiently. Oh, I didn't do the piranha plant though either. You really can't see what's even going on. So planting them there is questionable because what's going to happen is they're going to come behind and just eat it, and you're not going to be able to plant anything else there to counteract that fact. So this is going to have 2 waves. These are going to start to get really ridiculous toward the end because just of how much shit there is, like at night and in the dark. You can put down like a squash for this guy. You got to just get off to a good start and have a lot of shit going. Put the mine even there. I guess I'm just gonna pretend like those stupid guys don't exist, but the problem is what's gonna happen is they're gonna eat the bigger sun in the back too. So how can you possibly justify doing this? I don't even mind doing this. Or since they can't come in the water, you could arguably put some here, even as strange as that seems. So hopefully they won't attack the water too strongly, but you can't really rely on that. Honestly, this might be a logical thing to do though, if this is how they're gonna treat it. So they're gonna decimate your back line with the... I just can't see anything. Apparently this guy's just invincible too. You just can't deal with him. You got a little jack-in-the-box thing. We've seen very few of those for the whole length of the playthrough, basically. You can deal with this guy with a gourd. Hopefully I just don't get attacked in the water. Gonna have to put a certain amount of priority on that, because those will be safe from the stupid diggers at least, right? They can't fucking swim. Apparently the flying guys can't swim either, so that can be very good. You have at least those 4. I'll even make it 6 or something, but just hope. No, I don't think I'll be able to do that. Watch this guy before he blows up. Either. I'll still do this, but just want to have a nice little sun reserve. Now I want to stack up double shooters somewhere. Like the bottom row, I don't have to worry about anything as far as the danger here. Just want to stack up, like as far as suns, I mean. They could use the cherry bomb here, even though there's only like one thing. This hopefully should be there in time. It almost always is. It never lets me down when I feel like they're going to eat it first. Even with my late and bad placement, or even with enemies that like go faster and stuff. You got to really protect the water here. We haven't seen any of the diggers yet, but they're going to come in the big waves, I suppose. Put this guy here. You're not really going to be able to kill that one either. Speaking of the middle being so hard to deal with. Like, that's cute, but how do I actually kill this guy then? This is so weird. I'll just have to wait and do like a cherry bomb or a mine or something. The cherry bomb's almost up. So doing it here would be the perfect thing, right? You should take out everything there. Now we want some double shooters. Go ahead and put the mine like right here. Squash that guy. May as well just use the cooldown stuff, because it should be back up by the time we really get this going. Put one of them here. So we're gonna not put anything here and just rely on the fact that we have a fucking explosions around it, I guess. The bottom one is questionable too for that exact same purpose. This guy's gonna come from behind, which means we might have to squash him. I'm not sure what to even do with this one. Or maybe I won't. I'll just build a shooter as long as he can't hit it here. And just do it like that. Say fuck it to the sun. I can put a walnut here and just stall him out. Very weird way to go, but let them... It's like when you're about to upgrade the little ones into a bigger one, just let him destroy it instead, and then do it that way. That could always work. Do a double shooter here. So every row has a double shooter except the second row, and I guess the fourth row. But now he'll just destroy this one too. That's the problem, I guess. This should be actually an okay one because of how hard that is to deal with. He holds the flag to the very last. Put this here. I just want more double shooters, honestly. That's good. This is good. Got to put them a little deeper out so that you can actually build stuff behind. Now, there's no easy way to deal with this. I guess I can just replace it. Turn these sun things into double shooters because I have enough, I guess, to do that. I don't know what I'm doing with this though. How do you expect to deal with the stupid shit in the water at this point? You gotta put this in a way that... Okay, you gotta do this actually. Put this down and just leave them there. Plant a mine in front so it'll blow them up. That's really where we're at with this. Or actually... Oh, I can't believe that... Oh! I can't believe that didn't hit these guys. How is that even possible? What? At least you never have to worry about these guys killing you. A little bit of a late one there, but it kind of saved me. Now the sun is a question because we have to kind of reset our whole way of thing. Man, I really can't even click. The way to do this would be... I actually don't even know how to do this. Okay, I should start with the sun in the middle, like from the beginning, even as cost ineffective as that might be. Or start with them from one... Okay. Do the piranha thing too. Do the piranha thing too, and then we can figure out what I really want to do here. So instead of what though? Because the cherry bombs are still pretty important. Maybe the walnuts, even though that is kind of important too. I guess I'll just do this instead. So it's very expensive too. So put this one space up and then put the piranhas back here, I guess. Something like that. We really don't even know what we're doing though. Like, this is what you call a blind playthrough. You know, is it worth it to put the piranha down here? The fact is you won't even be able to put it down. You could just put one of these here and that might be enough to equalize it by the time it gets anywhere. As much as I don't like the idea of doing that. You have 4 here. You're not going to even be able to deal with this conventionally. What is it that I'm gonna be able to do? Oh, I guess I could have done it here all along. I don't know what I'm doing with these stupid sun things. This is kind of a botch beginning as well. So let that guy take the thing here. That one will blow up. You get a bit of sun back. So now we want to start to put him here if I can with that little sun rebate. Turn it into something really valuable. So I'll only do 1 row here and then I can do like 4 in the middle, I guess. This guy's gonna come out. Hopefully the water just doesn't get attacked in the meantime. Honestly, I'm kind of spending too much sun there. I don't know why I overdid it like that. You got like a Jack-in-the-Box guy coming in the top, I think. This one might get eaten too. That's the problem. How weak are these guys? Like, he just goes right through it. Oh wow, I just gave him more to sink his teeth into. You get this one. Just stack up the sun in the middle. I kind of started too late with that last time. I don't know if that mine is actually going to be effective or not. But this would be a perfect time for like the squash. Right, because you got a couple stacked up. One of them with a metal cap. Put another one down. And then we got to still stack up the lily pads a little bit. What can I do with this guy? It's kind of important that he doesn't blow up. Okay. Well, there goes a lot of the sun. So I'm not even going to put a lot of that back. I'm only going to put it in the water and hope that that's somehow enough, even though I know it's not. Like, what else can I do with that? These guys that come in the back are so annoying. So much of the sun is just going to get decimated constantly. That's the hardest thing to deal with, honestly. You could put mines there, but then again, you need the mines for so many other purposes. So letting the lawnmowers go very early here, which is unfortunate. I don't know, actually. Do I have enough for that fucking 10 seed slot yet? This would be the time to do it. Gonna try to cherry bomb them from there, but I just couldn't do it. At least you preserve a little bit of sun by doing this. Now you got a big wave coming. You're gonna do this with 2 sun. This is how it's gonna go. Now this should be enough still to do it. I don't know how much slower they really move in the water. I feel like it's not that much. This whole sun thing here is horrible because the whole point of these sun is they take time to become good. Like a well-placed cherry bomb could maybe do something for you here, but other than that, I don't really know. Putting 2 of these in the same row is stupid, but I didn't really even see the other one that whole time. Put 1 of these down. Man, imagine thinking you can do it with this amount of sun. I really hate to reset though, or kind of resign. Doesn't feel right. Give me a little bit of sun when I need it here. Be enough to cherry bomb. They're giving me a lot like this. You do like a double shooter here. Maybe on the top row. It's hard to see what you're even going to be dealing with. I don't know what to do with this lane. I guess I could do this. This should take out most of them, if not all of them. Very strange sun setup. And by the time they evolve into the next one, the fucking little diggers will come out and do it. Put a little more of the lily pad stuff out. We can put a second one there. This guy's gonna blow up for 1. Very, very strange level. Just the way that I'm approaching it. Doesn't really make a whole lot of sense, but whatever. We have to squash this one. Maybe eat this one. Put this like right in the middle here would be fine. Good amount of sun. We got double shooter in both of those. We need some stuff in the bottom. The graves are coming all the way up in my grill here. That's kind of hard to believe. Maybe literally in my grill, because maybe his fucking... Because we're in his yard and it's night, so maybe I can't see it, but maybe it is out here. Is there a mechanic like that in this? To do with his grill? I don't think so, but... Is he gonna blow it up? He's gonna blow it up. Yeah. That's very tough to deal with. You can put this here. Maybe do that for now. I'd like a double shooter in some of these rows. So what's gonna happen now is this fucking guy is gonna take it right there. Surprised I even made it this far, but take out this part. You put the squash down there. Put a piranha thing down as just like a quick utility thing. Put this here. The water is kind of important just to preserve a few of these, as far as just like the just the only thing those fucking guys can't target. It's amazing that you're on a lifeline with just these 2 in the fucking middle. I don't know how I'm managing to even do it, but at least it ate the right one there. Squash this thing. Oh, he made it through. Damn it. I think for this you'd really, really need a 10th slot, because what you could put there then is the what is it that I even wanted to put? What is the other one? I'm pretty close to it. It feels pretty deserved to use it now. 16. Fuck. What else could I do differently here? This is those are both necessary for sure. The mine is pretty important. This seems like the only way to really deal with those guys reliably. Maybe this is one where this would be okay, because don't even worry about the lily pads, or I don't know. Just start to stack up the free stuff as much as possible. Somehow. Cherry bomb. I'm kind of too obsessed with the cherry bomb in a way, so we don't have the squash. I don't know why I think this is going to be good here. Just to sort of guarantee that that stuff is safe. Because this is kind of pushing you in two opposite directions, right? The fog pushes you to the left, but then these guys push you to the right. The diggers. It's almost like you could just put the mines here, but you wouldn't even know which one. You wouldn't know really ahead of time how to do that. You're gonna have at least 2 of these and the mine in front. Maybe on this one I could do 3 of them. Put a little bit in the bottom. You gotta have a real rhyme and reason purpose to... Oh, wow. See, like, you can't see, so what am I supposed to do? You don't have enough room for the lantern and this and that dumb shit. So you need something... These aren't on the same cooldown either, so it's not even a big deal. Maybe you just let that one die. Let it die. Put one like this. Put 2 there. That mine did some pretty good work, I assume. The explosion from these Jack-in-the-Box guys can be very tough to deal with. Put this down on the bottom. Put even more of these guys, because again, they'll have to get through all that too. It seems kind of silly to put the lily pad on top of that. Like this, you should think, oh, this should be enough, but it's not, obviously. Put more of this, put this down. This should protect the water for a while, but at some point it's gonna get much harder. What can I do with this one? It's almost like you need to put a piranha or something behind it. If it's gonna give me that amount, I don't think it will. Put this down, put this down. Now he is gonna successfully eat that, that's the problem, right? There's gonna be no way to stop it. It's just impossible. You cannot stop it. Probably eat the next one too. He'll eat that too. Like whenever you think, oh, you're gonna kill them just in time, you never do. You're never able to. That guy made it like a mile down the fucking road too. He blew up all my stuff in there too. You have to have like a squash ready for those Jack-in-the-Box guys. This one seems almost impossible to do without the next layer. I forget what makes them even do that. You have one here, but maybe one there and one again. So the piranhas in the back row aren't necessarily even a bad thing. You should just have enough resource in reserve maybe to do that. Didn't really do it like that though. So they're gonna eat through that stuff in the water pretty easily. Not much I can do about it either. Maybe put one like here. Is he actually eating that? Wow, it's amazing it even took him that long. I was waiting for a cherry bomb to place there, but I guess I just can't manage it. Are you gonna get it? He's gonna eat that first at least. Not really the best use of it, but I'm gonna blow stuff up. I don't know how you really play around those guys who just blow your whole fucking thing up in the middle. You can't really space it out much better than this. You could maybe put down lanterns to try to manage this a bit better, but I don't know. This is a very, very tricky level because of the sun. It's impossible to get sun going. I'm just gonna let him go. 16,600. You'd maybe have to get to it 20,000 to even do it. Which maybe the best way to earn money isn't doing this. You can earn it in the other modes like the mini games and stuff. What could I do differently? So those aqua things aren't really worth it. We'll do these two. Do like more explosion focused stuff. I feel like the mines aren't even getting a ton of value. I feel like I need to be able to see. But then again, it's such a commitment at the beginning. So what am I even missing there? I guess that's fine. I'll still do it like normal, but you know those guys are gonna decimate your shit. You could put like just them all in one row and just commit to that row. But then how would you protect it? Still, you would need like a piranha plant there, I guess. This guy shouldn't even blow up then necessarily. or he does it like, well, yeah, I don't know how that happens. It almost seems random when he blows up. It's not, I thought it was like when he's about to die or something. If you give him too much time, you have to kill him like very quickly. We commit to a row and we get exactly the treatment I deserve, I guess. We could use squash on him. That might be the only way, really. But this formation is actually okay. But then the question is what to do next after that. I guess you really could commit like this to put them on the, but then you want to put them kind of on the back rank there. You're going to be a little bit sun-starved, but they give you so much when they die sometimes that it makes it worth it. Put this here. Put this below. You can always save the squash for those guys, I guess. You're not going to get too many at the same time. Maybe towards the end you will. The only kind of AoE we have is the cherry bomb, so I might have to use this on the bottom, even though I really can't afford to. Maybe I could just let both of those things die. I mean, that was completely an unnecessary sacrifice, but maybe I'll just deal with it, let this guy cross. Pretty hard to believe, actually, but we didn't get any major sun payout until there. Put the mines down somewhere. I can't even tell, really. The squash can be really good just to deal with those guys in the back. Like you let your first flower die or you don't even have one there. Even putting the double shooters there is maybe okay, but I have to really commit something to the water. Good amount of sun. It's just hard to justify doing this because, oh, you could put the squash here and then have it kill it, but I don't know. Okay, you could certainly justify a cherry bomb there. Sometimes the light really is worth it, but I don't really get how. Like, I don't know. Kind of waiting on the other lantern. We can put this here. At least then you know what you're dealing with, but then the dig guys are still gonna fuck you. You can't really play around that. You put it in the middle if you're gonna do it. You can sink him with that. Take this guy out. I don't know what to do with this middle lane here now. Damn it, it's hard to put the thing in a place you can protect it. I put it right into where they were eating at that exact time. Doesn't really seem worth it, but I'll still do it. The lantern has a long ass cooldown too, so you can't just keep spamming it. Put it like in the middle here. You don't get the top row out of that. You can squash this one. Let him get past and then maybe plant one like just behind him. Just make sure he doesn't catch it on the way, which he doesn't. Damn, I don't really know. I feel like that blow thing might even be worth it because of how long it lasts. You can just do it every once in a while, even though there are no flying enemies in this one. You still just do it. Let this cut through. The water is the big concern of mine now. That was not a very good lantern placement, honestly. Man, this level is weird. Get rid of the rusted helmet, and this is only like the halfway point. It's a very strange way to do it. You're not gonna have enough sun going forward. That's really the issue with that. Now you almost want to use that as an opportunity to put down to 200, but I don't even know. How are you really meant to deal with those? I guess you could put a mine. Seems like they're counter, but it doesn't make sense because you really need the mines going forward to deal with these guys. We're still not dead, but it just feels hopeless. Put one down here. A lot of these metal cap guys. When do you get all like the metal thing that absorbs that? It must be coming out soon, or it must be on the roof itself, which seems like you barely get a chance to use it then. You just put down that and it takes off all their metal helmets and stuff. I don't think it works on the football guys, or at least it doesn't work all the way on them. You have the double shooters on the bottom. Put it between those two. I don't know if he's eating it or not. Kill this one. Now the water is going to be hard to deal with. That's obviously not going to be enough to do anything. My best answer for this would just be to get to $20,000 and then just do it in such a way that you're able to, you know, get the other seed slot, and that would allow you to do what though? I don't know. Just have the flexibility of having obviously something else. So try again. We'll do this, do the pad, do the do maybe the double shooter is always good, or maybe you don't really need the double shooter, but because you got to be able to make it more expendable. Or maybe you could even this isn't gonna work though, so I'll do more inexpensive stuff. I'll even do this and just the mine. So how about this setup? These really are not very good though, but it might be just enough if you have a few of them. It's too expensive though still. So every once in a while I'll just blow this, because it, like I said, it lasts a very long time, right? So it is kind of worth it. But you'd say, oh, just let this guy trigger the lawnmower because you can't deal with him, but he actually doesn't even trigger it. So you just plant one behind him, and then these are expendable where you don't feel bad for doing it. So maybe I'll plant it further up like this and then use that stupid thing to blow, but it's actually not going to be enough is the problem. You could use the squash here. I'm going to have to, in fact. Give me the squash. Kind of have to take your chances with that. I don't mind making these to counter those guys, but that's not my primary concern in the level either. Honestly, let's just see what we got. Put this one down here. This row is pretty dangerous as well. I don't know about this, but it does actually reach. Now let's actually see how long of the level does that last, because by then I should have enough sun. This allows you to at least have a ton of flexibility. We're gonna have to squash this one anyway. That did pretty good value, I suppose. Not really sure what to do about this one. This should be enough to kill it quick before it blows up. I'm not even too worried about the water yet. You put this down and it should take out pretty much both of those. Now we can start to do this a little bit. Maybe put down a bit of sun there too. This should work. This should work. Perfect. Put this one here, although I don't really need it since we already have the 125 thing committed. Put this here, put this here. So this is about as perfect as it gets. You could also put them a step back on in the water, because put this here. Wash this guy. See, that was a worthy 200 investment, even though it might not seem like it. Just because, well, I say that and it's probably about to run out, but even then. Man, it's hard to believe how resilient these cone guys can be sometimes. So I'd like to do another one if I get a big dump of sun, but like an explosion sun thing. I'll just do it. Yeah, that's so important. It's hard to understate it. Do this, and you do it. It's worth it. It's worth it. It's totally worth it. Honestly, this might work better. Put a little bit of this down. This won't really work if you put it that far back, though. I don't really know. Put this like even deeper up. That's gonna blow up. This is gonna blow up most of them. Put this one here, put this one there. So the water's kind of being nice and going easy on me for now. You would think he's gonna blow up. Okay, he just ate one of those. We can put one here. We're gonna have a triple shooter on the rusted helmet guy, which isn't actually gonna ever be enough. This one's kind of important to preserve still. See, now I'm doing that just as if it was a regular one, which doesn't even really matter. Two are pelting away on him. This row is kind of just done for on the bottom. The cherry bomb would be very good. So, you know, look how much sun I have, though. It's actually pretty good. Put this down, put this out. I just kind of have to do it. I owe quite a bit to that. I don't know, I might have to do this. Put this out. Okay, so which other ones are going to come into play here? This is going to come in. We need a lot of stuff on the bottom too, though. Put a lily pad down. Put another sun down. Okay, put another one of these down. We're putting it kind of further out. So this row is kind of fucked. This is where the walnut can kind of funnel them in, and then you can blow them all together, which isn't going to happen here, actually. We'll protect this lane. We might have to actually let that fourth lane die, all things considered. It's not going to blow up enough of them, though, is it? It's going to blow up 3. We have to hope that the squash or something comes into play. I don't really know. This is not going to trigger in time, is it? Strategic decision making? Oh, he kind of got past it too early. You do the squash. You could if you're a little better reflex time. Put it there. So they're going to decimate a lot of stuff here. It's going to be very hard to figure out. I just don't have a way to deal with some of this stuff. Honestly, it's still worth it to see kind of what you're dealing with. So it's okay if we do kind of a reset here. I don't really have much of a choice. Reset. Let a lot of this stuff die. Or at least let some of it die. Quite a bit of fucking sun that you get. You're gonna go back and put some more sun again. The problem is the lily pads make everything take twice as long to really set up. Have a little bit of sun in reserve here. You could do this one and you could just blow them up even. So what now? We could put out another one of these, put it like even here. It's just a regular shooter. That's what you have to remember. It's just not very good. Put that one going forward. Kind of putting them in the opposite order of what I really should do, but we're getting towards the end time here. This is not good because it's not going to kill it in time necessarily. Right? That's the problem with this one. Oh, come on. This is such a good attempt. You really need 10 plants, but... Oh, fuck. How do I deal with the second row? I guess I'll have to actually let it go. Yeah, if the sun goes, you got to let the whole thing go. And this is going to be a hilarious ending. Like, just don't even worry about the sun at all, then. I just fucking... You got 4 in the middle. This level is ridiculous. Okay. A lot of sun, lot of sun. Don't even worry about anything else. Hit this guy, hit this guy. Right future. Okay, that should blow up. That should blow up. Where's the mine? How can it be that slow? Okay, at least it didn't blow up anything of mine. Okay, here we go, here we go. Gonna need a cherry bomb kind of in the middle. See, if I just had the 10 slot, I could have done a walnut. You really can't let the sun die. That's the thing that... Oh, my God. I need more activatable stuff that I can just blow up. Cherry bomb. Let the bottom row die too, I guess. Cherry bomb, cherry bomb. This middle is the problem. I don't have enough to deal with that. Yeah, like I'm really gonna kill them with this. The squash might come up in time. This guy's gonna get through too. Fight it there a little bit. And I just need to be able to see. It's so close. It's so close. Fuck, I need that goddamn 10th slot. Look how close that is, dude. I just can't do anything there. Or you need like another activatable thing like the jalapeno even. That sun management is pretty rough. That was about as good executed as you could possibly do it with 9 plants. Fuck. The water is so tough too. It's like you never have the cooldown when you need it on the stupid cherry bomb. But this makes such a monumental difference. How much do I have? 17? Fuck. Let's do like some weird thing. Or let's try a puzzle. Vase breaker. So if this just gives me a lot of money, that's fine. You only get 2 guaranteed plants. Let's just pretend like we're doing it row by row. See, now this one's really tough to deal with. And you don't even get a you don't even get a lawnmower. So that lane was pretty much fucked. I think we lose just on account of that alone. Look at some of the other rows. How would you even have dealt with that anyway? It should at least give you 1. That might make it too easy though. So basically this row is just fucked. Because they start so deep even. The whole row is based. Even if you filled the whole row with them, you still wouldn't have been able to do it. Right? They would still get through. That almost seems impossible. I'm assuming it's not going to be the same though every time. At least the position is a little bit different. You can just spread these out a little bit. You kind of have to do that even if some rows aren't going to be that threatening because... What the fuck? This might actually be impossible. Like, what the fuck are you supposed to do? There'd be no way to do it. What do you mean? Like, they start so deep, you can't do anything. This is retarded. What? When one row is stacked up that hard, you just can't even deal with that. That can give me even any money, is it? Yeah, sun. That's really gonna help. Great. That's fantastic. Okay, I guess it doesn't seem as hopeless, but you just keep spamming these to block their path, but the cooldown is way too long. You have to identify which row is going to be the one that fucks you. And be prepared for it. Because like, one row is always ridiculous. Even this row is probably going to get through. So you shouldn't pop those first. The plant ones. You should pop everything else first but that. Okay, so this row could be justified with that. I still feel like that's not gonna be enough, but like you need the ice thing. That was a misclick. Now we can just stack up the final 2 rows. Screen guy can be really bullshit. Like if you can't do it with this, you just can't do it, period. That's kind of the reality of it. It's not gonna happen. Like, oh my god. Oh, that one was pretty close though at the top. Wow. So this guy gets gets through commando all alone on the top. You don't even have to worry about the other stuff on the bottom. Wow. I'm not sure what this would even give me if I did it, but base breaker. Okay, so do the ice one, do the double shooter, do the ice one. Now what you have to realize why this is so unfair is because they're right in your face the whole time. So this row you don't even need to put any on. Put a little bit here. You shouldn't put them like really blindly like that, but the bottom row is going to be pretty tough. Use the lanterns a little bit strategically. The ice is just so important. It's really just the bottom row you have to worry about. But you don't have the ice anymore. So this guy with the screen is going to solo you. That was about as close as you're going to get, but you're just not going to be able to do it with this. Maybe these have more health than I give them credit for, but the screen doors are so impossible to do. And even then he has the metal helmet full after that too. I don't think they ever spawn any with one but not the other. Like, it'll always have the screen door and the metal cap, not just the screen door. Maybe. Not giving me any money at all for this either, even for failing. Yeah, this difficult level, but he says that in the original game. Double shooter, at least they're farther away now. The ice is kind of just too little too late though. It's almost just an RNG thing. Double shooter for this should be sufficient. Maybe not. 2 double shooters. Maybe a single shooter here. Maybe a double shooter again here. So every row should be accounted for even. Okay, this actually looks doable. The deeper they start is really what makes it work. Which one looks more concerning here? This one probably. The triple. So can 2 ice ones on the top. Ooh, we did it. We did it. That's just very RNG based even. There's a little bit of money for my trouble. Yeah, I guess I underestimate the ice. Right, because 2 regular pea shooters would never be able to do this to a rusted helmet guy. But apparently 2 of the... Well, I don't know if it even stacks. It doesn't seem like it does. But having more than 1 ice one in a row is kind of useless. How much is that going to actually give me? Not very much. Of course, they expect you to just breeze through these because they're not supposed to be this difficult. To the left. Oh, you know what you should really do is open the farthest ones first. I don't know about this one. Put the lantern down. Oh my fucking god. He even has those crazy eyes. I don't think I've seen that really before. Is that like a new type just for this level? I don't remember ever seeing that in the main game. Or maybe it was something just only in the puzzles, even in the original. You gotta put down like it'll put down the mines in such a way that are like gonna take out a whole bunch of stuff together. It's always the best to deal with like 1 row at a time though. put this down and freeze them. Then you basically blow them up anyway, and then by the time they get through, they should blow up on the mine and die. But it didn't actually do that to this guy. These blow up on contact immediately, which is not a real thing that you can ever plan. You can only use those in bowling, right? You never get those walnuts that are explosive. Okay, I'm gonna try it again. So you got the mine as the finisher. You just get 2 mines together. The problem is you have a limited amount of time to even plant these, so the newspaper guy is a little bit of trouble. Kind of a waste of this one too. You didn't need to do it like that. Got a triple mine in that one. You need to blow this guy up for sure. You need both of these to work. It should be enough for that. I'm not sure what to do with the cherry bomb. I'll just do it in the middle, which means this guy is free to go no matter what. There's nothing I can do about him. Or maybe they have to eat it to blow it up. Oh, maybe not. Oh, the center for this is pretty beautiful. But the problem is the newspaper guy is still gonna get through. Ooh. Oh, that was perfect in every way except for this one. The newspaper. Oh, that was about as perfect as you're gonna get. Just these 2 stupid exploding nuts, whatever you want to call them, bust nuts, are going to be very, very hard to use because, man, can't you just push that shit over? Fuck. That was pretty good. These are pretty fucking hard. Almost impossible, where you have to like wait for RNG sometimes. Oh man. He's eating before he's even inside. They play the sound effect. He just telepathically ate my brain. But this, you only really need 1 or 2. In fact, the mines you always want to plant in the middle, because this makes it feel kind of like a waste. Put one of these here. Well, assuming that big guy comes from the middle every time, which he's not guaranteed to do. Is that mathematically enough? There's always not going to be enough, because what's going to happen? How did he just break free like that? This guy has to get hit twice. This guy has to get hit twice. So there'd be no way to do it still. You already know this newspaper guy is just going to fuck you. In fact, even this guy got through. Huh. So put one of these down for the newspaper one. Put one of those there. Put another one of them there. Put one of them there. No, no. Ah, oh, fuck. Like, man, the newspapers just require so much commitment. That one's not even gonna come up in time, is that? So mathematically, I had enough stuff, but I just couldn't get there. Look how quickly and easily he eats that too. But then again, these are all gonna blow up together, so it might be actually fine. That might actually be it. Because now this guy will blow up twice, and then the other ones will all blow up together. Damn, look how insane these are, though. Even that takes them a while to get through. This will give me almost to 18. They really don't give you very much money for these. You've unlocked a new vase breaker level, 3rd vase. Let's go ahead and see what this one's about. I mean, you can't really regret squashing this guy. Or rather, you'd rather put it in this row. No, but he cucks me. He baits me. Oh, he just breaks it himself too. This doesn't matter a whole lot where you put these. You're gonna need them in each row anyway. A little bit of guesswork sometimes. Put it like in this row. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That'll help deal with it a bit. I don't know why I put that squash there. You didn't need to do it. If you use these hypno things right, you can maybe make it work. Because this will turn this guy on him. It'll turn that guy on me. Of course, you messed up with the rusted helmets on the top. I wasn't even paying attention. This guy gets through. But they certainly give you enough resources here to do it. 18,000 out of 20. Newspaper guys especially can be very fortuitous. If they go in that crazy mode, they can take out a whole row. We saw how they even beat a football guy if you just do that right. You can put this here to change his mind. I guess you just have to plant them though, because you're not going to know what's going to come where. Maybe that wasn't the best use of everything. Oh, you can't even use that on them. I didn't even know that. I wasted a whole bunch last time doing that. Just the order they come in, you can't really control. Wow, those hypno shrooms make a bit of a joke out of it, actually. Or actually, oh no, I fucked up. This guy isn't gonna die, though. I just assumed he would be dealt with, too. Shit. I thought we had it there. Because these rows didn't even need the other plants shooting them. You're not... One lone fucking ice thing is not gonna be able to hold the fort. What the fuck? And you have to wait, unless you restart, you have to wait through the very slow animation of them walking all the way through. Especially if you have the ice thing beating on them. How would that big guy even fit in your fucking doorway anyway? Okay, we try again. Metal cap guy, so that could be justifiable. So don't waste the hypno thing on him at least. Put these in other rows. That should be enough, I would think. Maybe not, because that guy's absorbing it for the... Oh shit. That guy's got a flag too. Honestly, you might need to use this on the enraged guy. There's no other way to deal with him. I don't know what to do with this big guy, in fact. Use the squash, use this. You could use it on one of these, but it's not going to do anything. Like, use the squash again. Oh, I guess all you need is like the 2 squash for him. Huh. So 2 squash takes out the big guy with maybe a little help from the ice thing. Easy. 3rd vase. Some of these seem almost mathematically impossible in some of their formations or finish adventure mode. iZombie. So this you play as a zombie and take out. This is just like a fixed set puzzle. So you would have to do one that you get more sun by eating a row that has like nothing in it, for example. So if this guy can survive the squash, but he actually can't, you might have to eat some of the sun. You'll get a bit in the meantime. That maybe makes it kind of worth it. If you can get through both of those, for example. The fact that the zombies are stronger here actually benefits me. So maybe this makes this mode easier instead. You got to think carefully about what to do with this though. He'll survive the squash and then he'll just decimate everything else. You'll get a ton of fuckload of sun from this. So the first row, you're still gonna have to put a footballer down, come to think of it. This actually seems super easy. Just put the football guy in every row. How about that? You can certainly afford to do it. And then we'll get so much sun from... Oh yeah, this is a joke. But since when does the rule change? When I'm the one playing as the zombies, now I have to get all 5 through instead of only 1 through? That's kind of unfair treatment. What is that? 18. So we're getting a little bit of money from this. We just want to get to 20k so we can actually do that next level. The 4-7, because it does seem kind of impossible otherwise. Yeah, nice new rule. Now they get a protection of 5 different brains. At least they don't have lawnmowers, though otherwise it'd be impossible. No, I guess it still wouldn't be. You could sack the lawnmower. So this was the easiest thing ever, maybe just because the zombies are still overtuned. You can't really make that one much harder. New iZombie level 2. iZombie 2. Okay, now this one could be a little tricky because they're gonna walk on this. So maybe the screen door helps. You always want to go for one that's like he's guaranteed. Why does the screen door cost less even? Because he gets the metal helmet anyway. This is kind of bugged. This is supposed to be just with the screen without the metal helmet, but it's both. So he's guaranteed to get through that row. And this one too. And maybe this one too. Like, you really can't handle this one. That guy's just way too fucking strong with the screen door and the metal cap. So I even said that there's not any without the cap that have the screen door, but apparently, at least as it's pictured there, you would be able to do that. You can just solo every lane with one of these. Look what a joke it is. This is how you feel as the player. This is what you're going up against. They can't deal with a single fucking zombie. You have to deal with like 1 million of them every level at night without the fucking... with the lily pads in the water at night. On the roof with the pots. You still have to deal with this level of strength from each of these. Look how much extra sun I have. Which should convert to money, no? I'm pretty sure that's how it works. The stupid spike things. Yeah, see, they can only make this one butt so hard. Which is, by which I mean not at all. Hey Rip, how's it going? You don't even have to wait for him to go all the way across to get that. Okay, so we finally get that last seed slot. Or it's not even the last one, I don't think, but it's the 9th one. Can you dig it? So let's go back with this and try to do level 7 again. Okay, so now we have the flexibility to add in something else. So you can bring out these two, bring out the cherry bomb, bring out the mine, bring this, bring that. So what else do I need? I need this, I need the gourd. What do I have now that I wouldn't have had before? I feel like the mine isn't even that good, but because you can't see where you're putting it half the time. Is this the original game? No, this is the hard mode, which is really quite hard actually. Okay, so that guy has a metal cap, and then we put out the... Some of the levels are such a joke, but then some of them become almost impossible. We have the other slot flexibility. We're gonna have to put down a squash though to deal with this guy, or we could just let the lane die altogether and just deal with it, but well, I guess I'm setting up to do that anyway. No, as long as I get 50 I'll be fine. You can just ignore the water for the beginning part, but then you kind of feel tempted to do this too. It seems like a waste, but strategically speaking, here, I'll do this. Now, doing this is actually worth it because being able to see what you're up against is so important later. And the lanterns are fucking dog shit. You can't do anything with those. Really want to put sun on these rather than anything else. It seems like a weird decision, but it actually works out pretty well because this level becomes so ridiculous later that you have to... I wouldn't even mind using squash, but I don't think I will be able to. Good thing the lawnmowers don't kill your own plants too. It almost feels like they should work like that. Isn't that what lawnmowers are for? To get rid of grass and plants rather than zombies? That has the exact inverse effect. You could do this. I really just want to see what I'm up against, but might be a little premature. So here you could put like the mine there, and that should work in time. These things are pretty easy to kill, and they give you a bit of sun, so that's good. Put a little bit of this down. Maybe squash this guy out. Put this here. This should complete my sun situation. Why is your sun hard to see? Oh yeah, the text is a little bugged out. I couldn't figure out how to fix that on this. It's 25 now. Like now it's 75. Yeah, it's very hard to get this to run. Even just the original game has a lot of issues for some reason. Just like the old optimization or whatever it is. You get it up to 150 and then you blow these guys up. If you could just give me 25 more, that would be a real lifesaver here. Look how long they cuck you. I'm just waiting for 25 the whole day. And now I lose one of these because of it. Put this down. Okay, we got to stack up the water a little bit now. We could put a mine down like maybe here, let's say, to get rid of the metal cap guy. It helps so much to be able to see. I didn't realize how long this thing lasted. The little, am I really not going to kill this guy? These are just regular pea shooters, I guess you have to remember. Even if they can attack from the other way. Okay, so what do I do about this guy in the water, I wonder? I honestly don't even know. Put this one down just to get something there. So now you really lose from the water. That's how it's been happening. The water has been screwing me a lot. Okay, so this guy should die very easily to these. They are stunned for a very long time at the beginning. You put the squash down there. That would be fine with me. Put a triple here. I don't know actually what to do with this one. I don't want to cherry bomb it, but I don't see another way to deal with that. And actually, same thing with this guy. Like, man, we hit him a little bit from behind. I need like another activatable thing sometimes, like just a jalapeno or something good. Put it here. Double stack this row. The sun is at least going smooth. That's what we like to see. Put this down. Gotta maybe squash this one. I'm not so sure about the bottom here. Very hard to deal with this particular row, and I'm not going to get the cherry bomb in time either. That mine placement didn't quite work out. Might have to let that row die, in fact. Oh, that was a clutch. I didn't think the mine would reach that far. Maybe that didn't do quite what I thought it was going to do. Man. Okay, we double stack this. You put this down. You could do the little stomper here. You might have to, in fact. Put this down. Put this down. Okay, what about this top row now? Man, I just wish this cherry bomb. That's my favorite thing in the whole game. Like, you can never go wrong with the cherry bomb. The good thing is these are kind of cost effective, so you don't have to worry about just replanting them all the time. Put this down too. Put this guy in the middle, I suppose. Anything good to squash, I wonder. We might have to do it here. Put the mine down behind. This one, actually, I might have to. Put another one here. You do have the cherry bomb available. Not really the greatest use of it, but now how am I going to deal with this metal cap guy on the far side here? This isn't really going to make much of a difference because he was close enough. I'm kind of mismanaging some of these one hit kill things. Do you play on mobile? Oh yeah. Okay, what do I do now? Do this. Now the sun thing is looking a little ugly. Kind of not the right priority time, but can I get that in time to... Okay, we might have to let some of these rows go. now, I suppose. See, some of these gravestones are coming out too, which is a fucking pain. Honestly, that's a pretty good cherry bomb thing without any of the things triggering, even as strange as that might seem. Kill this. They're still gonna get through though. Now we lose all the sun that we built up. That's the problem. Just let some of these lawnmowers go, I guess. Put it like that. Put this one here, maybe. Gotta re-establish some of the sun. I guess you can do it like this, or maybe I should have sacked that one too. It seems silly to do this. In fact, it is silly and it's not gonna work, but if you can somehow get to the last row. Oh, he's already gone. Fuck. It was definitely much better than the other ones. Is there a way that I can maybe squeeze the jalapeno thing in there too? Is the question. I think I might be able to. Now I need an 11 seed slot. This was all good. I'm okay with doing this backward shooter. I need that. I'll do this. I'll do the gourd. I'll do that. And I'll do the mine. No. Maybe I won't do the mine even. If you just use these things properly, it can often be good enough. To put it a little one out just so that those diggers don't get you. Now this you're not going to be able to deal with anyway, so if I'd known that I wouldn't have bothered. You could put down the stupid gourd, or you maybe just let that lane go at the beginning. So put this all the way on the bottom. This one's not going to matter. Go like this. See, only putting it this far back because I can't see a fucking thing. Put this all the way on the bottom. Deepest one. Deepest placement. Okay, we can put the gourd down if I get a sun. Look how long they hold you out for. It's almost not even worth it to do that, but is that going to be enough to actually kill this guy, I wonder? He didn't blow up the sun at least. Put this one up top. We have nothing on the bottom protecting us. Yeah, it is weird how it did that. It didn't do that when I played it years back, and it's the same exact version of the game. I don't know how it just magically changed like that. Put this here too. And you want to push it all the way to the back edge here. Get the sun early going. Put this one too. So we don't have the mines. Don't really want to do the blower yet. But now the sun is pretty much set. So if you could do it... This is a good place to put one, I suppose. Try to get rid of this guy. I might have to squash him. If I could get a big thing of sunlight from him, that'd be beautiful. He didn't give it this time, so it's kind of hard to predict or plan for those type of things. They don't send the dolphin guys at you as much here, which is at least a reasonable thing. Man, I would have really liked to have been able to see what I'm doing. He's gonna blow up that one too. Come on, we're starting to get there. Yeah, perfect thing for a squash. If it's gonna give me a 50 real quick, that'd be very helpful. 25. Kind of slow pacing me a little bit. That's fine. Put this down. So this is a pretty ideal position. I think somehow the water is what tends to screw me up. Just react to what we got in front of us. These two are good. The bottom one is completely naked. Put this. Put this. Jack in the Box guy could be a little bit annoying. We don't have to waste. So at least we have another emergency provision here, so to speak. Like, I don't know if it'll get him while he's underground, too. Of course, when you explode stuff, too, it tends to give you a lot of sun and stuff back, too. I guess I'll just do that there, even. A little bit of space. So it's important to use the cherry bomb in the water now. That's what can be so hard to manage sometimes. Maybe that's not the best thing. I don't know if he's going to die in time. I can't believe this guy is so resilient on the bottom. Gonna blow that shit up. Fine. That's not what I meant to even do. Do the cherry bomb like right in the middle here even. The water is just super annoying, so just save explosives for it. Get a second one here. This one's good. Keep stacking up that sun. Just do that. We're not gonna let that fucking cuck us here. We got the jalapeno to deal with this row, or we could do the gourd. Yeah, we just need more activatable, explodable things. It's worth it too. Like, just to deal with the metal cap guy, we get that shit back. We're gonna keep putting lily pads out as a defensive measure. So we don't have the mine and we don't have the walnut. Those are the two things that we really lack. Cherry bomb is almost ready. Almost ready. I won't worry about the top one as much necessarily. In fact, I might even be... I always say I'm willing to sack it, but then I don't. Now the jalapeno should be coming up. You just always need some answer for this stuff. Metal. There's so many metal fucking caps in this level. It's ridiculous. You got your lunch? Cool. Alright, we put this here. Jalapeno on this row would be great. Optimal. I could let the bottom one die. At least I don't let every lane die now. It's actually a pretty good combination of things that I put together here. Now this guy is going to be a problem. Imagine wasting that on a cone head, but I had no choice there pretty much. Put this here. The diggers are fine. So now the bottom one I can just... Oh, wait, how did this happen? I'm sacking too many rows. Put this out. Try to build back this one a little bit. Okay, let that one go too. Can I just manage with the amount of sun that I have? The answer is probably not. Put down like a cherry bomb right here. Oh, I didn't have enough. That was a bit of a blunder. Oh, come on. They can take so long to give you the next set of sun. That just cost me a lot. You get quite a bit back from that, which is always good. This should be a nice little chunk, but it didn't get the two in the back there that I was expecting. We could squash these guys. Put this one too. Put it way, I guess, deep. Put a little bit of sun back. Sun management throughout the beginning of this was pretty good, actually. But towards the end, you just have to start to sack rows. Okay, that blew up, but it blew up in kind of more of a central spot. That wasn't so bad. I'm really worried about the water stuff sometimes. Okay, this we have either jalapeno would be fine here. Unfortunately, that thing is going to die. It's so hard to maintain these big sunflowers in this. Or they're not even sunflowers, but now I almost have to not do that. I have to sack another row. And see, now the sun is just getting short. I'll take that while I can, I guess, even though it's not really the right play. You gotta hope and wait for the cherry bomb. A lot of big wave coming behind. You got the cherry bomb, but I'm not gonna waste it necessarily. I'll use the gourd here. He's gonna eat it in time though. Fuck, I was too slow with that. Can I hold out for the jalapeno there, please? Just do that one. Yeah, now you're just in a completely losing spot because you're not gonna get anything. Just use this for the sun. I don't know. I'm just... Let those two die. Oh man, this is so close. Look at the pathetic sun though. Like, how am I... There's only like one big wave left, so just let it happen. Give me some sun from this shit too. Don't even worry about sunflowers then. Use this to smash him there. Really a big cost letting that one die. The water is what I'm most concerned about. What do I do with this guy? This is laughable, but sometimes the last wave isn't even all that tough. Now, I can't really afford anything. The bottom rows, in fact, are gonna get fucked too. So you almost have to get lucky as to which rows get targeted. Final wave. There's no way, dude. Like I said, sometimes these final waves are wimpy. We don't have any lawnmowers though active. I would have to get sun from something exploding or otherwise. Get rid of this group here. Put this one down too. Those two blow up. Come on, we need some activatable thing here. A little bit of sun starved. I don't know. Fairy bomb. Gourd, anything? Oh, look at that bottom. There's no way. Unless you do one into another that gives you sun. Oh, I misclicked. There's still too much on the top. That was very, very close, though. This one is insane. Okay. What else could I do differently there? You do the same thing. Take this. Take this. You could say I'm wasting sun on that, but that's not really why everything died, at least. What was the other thing? Maybe this on the metal caps, but this need a lot of activatable stuff. This is pretty much the same exact thing I just did. Have to do it a little bit better. Okay, put these down quickly, right out of the gate. Put this in the second row. And then I don't mind starting to put them in the water. That pays off usually pretty well because, again, the water doesn't get targeted for a while, necessarily. But not right now. You don't even know what you're fighting against. There could be something that's just fruitless. He's shooting at something. He must be a cone head. That was a regular one. This one's a cone, so he ate it. Or no, he's rusted. So maybe I'll let that one even go. Seems stupid to put a lily pad at that point, but so many of these are going to be under threat, so I don't know how else to deal with that. Put this one here. Yeah, maybe it's worth it to just let that one go. You might get a big rebate here. Always helpful at the beginning, but I don't. And you can even plant some back here. Just make sure nobody's getting through here too easily. Sack for the metal cap is acceptable. Put this here. But this is a secondary. This guy got through, which is very peculiar how I let that happen. I don't know how. Can't really afford to sack that row too. This is a good opportunity to squash. I might actually sack it now that I see what's coming. At least make a better, more informed decision. So this guy has a metal cap. I don't have the squash available. I can't really afford to let this happen, so... Do I have anything I can do just as an activatable quick thing, I wonder? I don't even mind doing this. Hopefully there's something else in the row that makes that worthwhile. To put another one of these down, and now we got to get a little bit on point with some of the actual pea shooters. The questionable time to do it, but we could at least justify cherry bombing something. So here's where they give you a little bit of breathing room time. You give me like a 50, and then I don't mind bombing that middle if it ever gives it to me. 25 is not enough. Do it like this. Don't worry about the water too much. This is fine. Good opportunity to put one of these down. The metal cap, you can just use the gourd. This thing you can go here. Put that down, get a little bit of money back. Now that's going to fuck over the ability to kill this completely. That's always enough for here. You just need to keep putting these down, I guess, a bit more. Always nice when those give you a rebate. This one could be okay for dealing with this. Everything's good there. I'll just put the... Oh, I meant to put it here. Okay, do the gourd. Do this. Okay, this guy's gonna get through, which is pretty shocking, actually. Gets through the lily pad. This doesn't blow up his own comrades, does it? Friendly fire? I feel like it doesn't. Bit of a waste of a cherry bomb, but whatever. Bit of a waste of sun, but just waste it. Well, use it while you got it. Okay, now what's gonna happen is we have to stack these up pretty aggressively. Putting them in front of those poison things isn't the best idea even still, but this is good. This is fine. Got to really get the sun going. You can't afford to sack too much during this situation. That's the thing. Okay, thank God he didn't get through that one too. Okay, it's very important to preserve this. You have to use your cherry bombs and stuff very intelligently here. Cherry bombs, gourd, everything like that. Okay, this one's fine. And then we'll do this up going to the top. Like, not the greatest, but we survived. Okay, now it's gonna keep coming though. They don't let up for a while here. Gotta put up maybe one of these here. Unfortunately, it's not gonna be enough to deal with that guy either. Okay, what do we got here? We got maybe the gourd option. The metal cap guys are basically just untenable. You can't do anything to them but that. Okay, that guy's still taken care of. You have these back shooters in every row that you really need them in. Get rid of this shit real quick. Okay, preserve the sun. That's all we have to do. Preserve the sun. Put the pad down. Put another one of these somewhere. Don't really have to put them in the middle, but the middle could get congested too, like with that. Use the cooldown. You can take care of the gourd a little bit. I don't know what is really worth cherry bombing here. We can gourd this maybe. Do that. It's gonna just die though. Put this out in front. Put another one here. This guy's gonna come from behind. This is a triple. So in order to deal with the metal camps, you need like 1,000,000 of these things. So like even this, the cone heads aren't gonna be dealt with either. There's a lot of stuff now that's gonna survive and get through my ship. That's the thing. I'll even put this to hit from behind. Which one do I gourd? Which one do I gourd? You can gourd this one. Keep putting these behind as he goes. That's a good flexibility, is you can keep putting it even as they're killing it. Just replace it, replace it, replace it. Go ahead and jalapeno that. Sure, why not? Take care of the cone head on the top. It's a little bit annoying having to deal with that clown sort of grave placement, but whatever. Just keep putting stuff down while I have the sun, because I'm not going to have it, I don't think, for much longer. It's going to be very tough to deal with. That's going to have to do for now. I don't even have enough to fucking see what I'm doing. Could be a big mistake. I don't know what I'm looking at. The gourd placement could be up at the top. Gonna have to improvise a little bit. They blew themselves up as expected. Okay, so now the bottom is a concern. Might have to just do this, honestly. It does kill him even when he's underground. Good opportunity to do this. Not much I can do about the middle stuff necessarily. Have to keep replacing these. This is a big wave fit for a cherry bomb. Pretty decent, I guess. Take care of this. Some of this is going to be pretty hard to deal with here. Gonna have to sack maybe some of the stuff in the middle. The bottom is just odd. I don't know what to do about it. See, all of the sun is gone now, and I won't necessarily have the luxury to put it back. Maybe I can jalapeno that row. I'm not going to have much time to think about it. Let them go a little bit further, I guess. This metal cap guy is just invincible, too. Kind of a big waste of it. Final wave. I have a couple mowers, too. I shouldn't waste my resources in those other rows. You're going to have a cherry bomb that could come in clutch and really save you. This should be essential. And then those ones have lawnmowers, so you can sack the mowers. Sack the mowers, don't even worry about it. So the top three are negated. Okay, so we win. Holy shit, that was insane. just do that to show off our great victory. You don't want them to cover it up with their stupid fog of war. Wait, I didn't even buy the slot. I had enough for it, but I didn't even buy it. I kind of psyched myself out to think I had it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Right? Because I still have 20k. So I did it without even doing that. Still even have lawnmowers intact. Okay, so now this would have been perfect on this level to be able to protect against the diggers, but not necessarily. It would still be too expensive. So are they going to combine some other things? No, they keep getting rid of mechanics and replacing them with other ones. So these guys, I forget what they actually do. They can just jump over stuff. We can do a similar setup to the last thing. Maybe I should do this whole level with only 8 just to show that I can, I guess. But it doesn't really matter. Like, you should be able to fucking have that by now. Even doing that one with 8 was impressive because I seriously thought I had 9, and I obviously saved up to afford for it. I guess I'm giving up a little bit on the... I did well without the mine and the walnut, so maybe you don't need them as much. What else do I need? You don't really need the one that shoots backwards. You could do one or the other. I guess the mine could be acceptable here. Let's go ahead and put some stuff down right here on the bottom, so you don't have to worry about that stupid sun placement either. You can just go all in like I normally do. That guy has a cone. Of course, you can't identify the other lanes as easily as that. I'm a big fan of going straight from the bottom to the top end, like going from the free stuff to the 200, but that doesn't necessarily always work. Like the one that shoots backwards is the perfect one to keep replacing. You let them kill it and then you summon it right behind them. Put this here. I don't know why that random one just gave me so much sun, but whatever. Put this one here as well. I mean, I can just stomp this guy, although I don't know entirely what his deal is. Like, he just goes over everything. He's like the pole vault guy, but I assume they won't put as many of them as they normally do with those. Those jack-in-the-box guys are pretty hard to figure out sometimes too. Okay, so we can put a third one up here as well. This mine should clear out the bottom pretty well. If there's even anybody coming in that lane. I guess there's not. Now we have 8, so you don't have to worry as much about the center for the purposes of sun, at least. You should really put the lily pads in deeper if you're going to do it like that. That should blow him up still. Oh no, he still jumps it. He missed. He still went for the jump, but he just missed. That was a big failure. Okay, we have a good amount of everything in every lane. I just would like to see what I'm dealing with now. We'll put one of these out. Thankfully, they do still lay off a little bit in terms of the... you can eat it, but it still did its job. So this guy might get through, so you always need some kind of activatable to deal with that. Maybe a little jalapeno thing or what? Get him before? Get him before? Oh, he still got it. That was a total fucking waste. Just waste everything then. Fuck it. I'm gonna get some of maybe these double shooters, but it's probably still not gonna be enough to deal with these clowns. They're just resilient enough to get through. That's the problem. Look at that. They're so tanky. Okay, now we have to take it more seriously without the mower. But again, this is a shorter level too. If you look at it, we're almost done. So there's always that big bridge level. Like once the mechanics are introduced, they're like, okay, fuck you. Now we're done tutorializing stuff. Even though they're not really tutorializing it because it's the hard mode anyway. But they still kind of mirror the original design a little bit. So this will blow them up just like that. The mine here should take care of some stuff too. We kind of want a double shooter active here. Which row is kind of understaffed a little bit. We could do a cherry bomb. Honestly, the jalapeno would do the trick too. Good that they come from the same lane like that. But 2 double shooters there for some greedy reason. Oh, it also knocks off their cones. There's so many different dynamics to this. It doesn't knock off the metal cap though, right? You would need like the metal detector thing the magnet thing to do that. I don't know why this is here. Obviously just a misclick, but sometimes you can just leave it. It survived this long. The water stuff is fine for now. This is the final wave, and you have a whole bunch of lawnmowers and stuff intact for it. What a joke this level is compared to the last one. Look at that. And then we just have to do this stupid bowling or whatever. Or no, there might be one more. It's usually 410 that is like the bowling or whatever. The bottom is a little bit naked, but you do have the mine capacity for it too. Yeah, using the lawnmower strategically is always a big boon. Man, this music is way more intense and upbeat than the original. Okay, speaking of the magnet, so now they're gonna throw a bunch of metal cap stuff at me. I mean, they're gonna throw fucking footballers at me for all I know. This is like the final boss level of it. No, it's still not that bad though. Now, I'm not gonna go out of my way to do that just for those guys. We'll do it pretty much the same way that I just did. You don't need the walnuts. I've kind of given up on those a little bit. A lot of activatable, explodable stuff though, that you can do just to get rid of stuff on demand. This is so you can see, but also, I'm surprised I became such a fan of this. There are two plants that I've become a fan of in this mode that I didn't realize I would like, or that I never used to like. And they are, number one is the ice one, which is a lot better than I realized. It's slowing down not only their movement speed, but their attack speed. And then the second one is this one, just to be able to see shit, because the lanterns really aren't reliable at all. Gotta get through. There's gonna be 2 waves, so this is one of the longer levels that you have to deal with. Right, like the last one was super short, super easy. Like, you almost are tempted to squash this guy, but I'm also almost tempted just to sack the row too, with how stupid this can be. You just sack some rows at the beginning so you can build up some sun, even as utterly retarded as that might seem to be, which it very well might be, but it builds you up a little bit of sun too. And it's not like that sunflower is very developed either at that point. Now it gives you the flexibility to see some stuff. Now I don't mind squashing it. Put a little bit of stuff ready in the water. Why not? Just in case something big comes. But the problem is they can come up from random spots sometimes. Put a little bit more sun out. Put this here. This might be a little bit dangerous, in fact. Definitely put another one of these out. This balloon guy might be hard to deal with at this point. Yeah, you might have to hold back your desire to see stuff. If it's not actually even going to kill that either. That was completely pointless. But this would justify like a gourd or something too. Or even the jalapeno. I love these activatable things that just kill large numbers of stuff together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Wait. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we do have the 9 now. To make sure we actually bought it, because we're down to less money. Put this here. So this looks pretty aesthetically good. You might just have to do that. You didn't get any bonus sun from that though. Put this a little bit further out, I guess. Not sure what I'm really doing on the bottom though. Not the best use of that positioning. Okay, so what the fuck would I do with the metal cap guy now? That's the question. I don't actually know. I might have to wait a while. Wait for something to get off cooldown. And now you would hope there's some balloon guys, because I hate not being able to see stuff. But that's my only way to really get rid of them. So that could fuck me later. See, I'm using it just for the superficial purpose, not something that's actually beneficial outright. Actually, the jalapeno thing might work too. But now, oh, these two are just gonna get through. Man, they're pretty resilient, those fuckers. Huh. This fan blows strong. Now, this is basically the last level of the level. You got this, and you want the activatable stuff, but it's also very hard to deal with those guys, as we've seen. The mine is good. This, I guess I'll do with the same format, but the biggest thing is, how do you really deal with those guys when they come in pairs like... I mean, I would have had to save one of my explodey things. You shouldn't use your things so flippantly. The little gourds and stuff. Although they kind of move so fast that they sometimes escape from the reach of it. Like, it still jumped at him, but it didn't reach him, so he didn't actually die. Maybe try not to sack so many lawnmowers so early, too. I don't know if when you click the sound effects when the next one comes. I feel like it doesn't. They give you a window to be able to... Huh. But that's not even going to help me much. Like, is it really worth it to cherry bomb that? I guess it is because of the rebate that you get. So now we got to sack some of these. Actually, I don't have to, but that's kind of a big commitment of sun that early. And see, now they're just going to come again. So what am I supposed to do? Just spam that the whole day? That's so dumb. That's the only way I have to get rid of them. The gourd doesn't even work on them, in fact. The mine doesn't work. The gourd doesn't work. Nothing works. Get rid of this stupid thing. Make another sun. That should be enough sun for pretty much the whole way. I don't see why it wouldn't be. He's going to eat one of these still. I guess we'll sack one more there. Just hold that out as long as we can. I won't do it this time, though. Is there really no other way to get rid of these guys, man? We'll let them go to the very edge of the board, though. Let him go to right when he's up against it. And then do it. Now, this guy can be pretty hard to deal with, so we'll just do it. Get the cooldown off. Now, the question is, how do I deal with this clown? Because I don't have enough firepower to do it, and I guess I'll just do that. Is he immune to just getting hit by anything? Because he really shouldn't be. He's still, like, on the ground level half the time. And you shouldn't put the lily pads that close together either. It's more a question of put something on the back like a sun generator or a double shooter, and then put the other stuff up in front, like the block stuff. Does this work or doesn't it? I was trying to shovel him out of existence there. Put this in front, put this in the back. Set up for like maybe a double shooter scenario. You just need to really save the explosives for those moments. Like even here, right? You could just do it. I don't think that, yeah, the mine doesn't even affect him either. He just jumps over everything. It's kind of stupid actually, but... this metal head guy, cone head guy is kind of annoying. Of course, doing this will also get rid of the cone, which is quite good. What else is going on here? Yeah, that's a pretty good recapture there. Okay, so now you can do this, but again, wait till he reaches the edge so you can get the most amount of time of contingency. In case another one comes or something, you can use this to get rid of one of them. And this will also get rid of the cone, so then you get some value there. Making this one easier to deal with. Of course, nothing can deal with this metal stuff. So what do I do with this guy is the question. That could be a little bit of a problem here. Because these little dinky things are not going to be enough to actually deal with that. Just kind of stall him out a little bit for the gourd, maybe. You got to save these for the actual pogo stick guys, otherwise it's going to be impossible to deal with. Put this down. So this is only the middle wave still. Is there a boat plant which can shoot on its own? Yeah, there is one, aquatic one, but it's kind of not really that worthwhile. Oh man. Okay, that always took care of the balloon thing, so we don't have to waste the... But now the fog's gonna come back probably anyway, or just another one's gonna come regardless. Put this down, put this down. I guess I won't wait as long this time. Double shooter here. We have 2 double shooters, but we can't afford to lose one like that. A lot of metal cap ones. That was a fortunate one right there. Everything's good here. We were putting way too much commitment on the... You know, how do we get rid of this guy? We actually can't. This is actually that's kind of hard to believe. Or I guess it is shooting him, just not very effectively. Oh, it blows them away too. I didn't even know that. You can just blow away the pogo stick guy with the blowers the same way. Okay, so then we can just spam that. If I get it in time, this one's gonna get through. I have to do both like together, which is kind of weird. It's too late. Wow, they got the mower still. Kind of weird having to split it between the two like that. This guy's like a little bit too far in front even. You gotta watch the bottom more than anything. This is good, and you save the mine, so that could be helpful. Have enough for this, so let's just let them go as far as they possibly can. For some reason, I don't even feel like getting rid of the 0 free things this level. So this should get rid of like the whole map. It did actually take care of that guy without needing it. You'd have a lot of sun going forward. Just spam these. And even do this, it should go backwards and take care of the metal cap guy. Put this down too. We're getting close to the last wave, but this shouldn't be too bad. Save some of this stuff though, because you might need the explosives for other stuff. I feel like I have so much sun I can just spam stuff though. You really don't want to use this on the metal cap. I guess I will though, because that lane is kind of naked. This is, oh, that was gonna blow him up anyway though. That was kind of stupid. So wait till this guy's at the edge and then blow him off the board. Take care of these guys, I guess. Right at the edge, you get rid of all 5 of those, which is excellent. Put this down on the bottom. Put this right in front. Not really making too much use actually of the double shooters. Now the mowers should just carry you, except on the bottom, because you can just stack the first 4 rows. The only 5 and 6 are a threat. That's kind of how the final wave works. The lily pads are too cute to replace anyway. Yeah, you can't really put the pads and those ones at the same time. There's even a cat one. Okay, we have to save this pretty diligently here, or maybe not. This would be a nice little cherry bomb here in the middle, but maybe you should have saved it more so for the bottom. Put this here. Oh, that's too easy. That's too easy. Now it'll just be like one joke level, and then we get back to the roof where we kind of met our demise the first time, although I didn't really try it that many times. This is your mother. Please come over for meatloaf. Leave your front door open and your lawn unguarded. Mom, not the zombies. They actually write pretty coherently though. Why do you get so dark? Can't be good. So you're gonna have to use like, but it gives you whatever to use here, right? Yeah, it's not one that you actually have to go into prepared. This would be kind of a cool effect for a level that you actually have to do normally too. Oh yeah, and this one's easy because you just keep putting this in the water. You just gotta put everything in. I guess that would work too. Put this here. Put the cone head. I mean, these ones you can't really lose because they're scripted-ish, but I mean, you still can, and they still are much harder than before. Yeah, see, this is the one that doesn't need a pad. Where do they come from? Canada, Mexico, or just average? I don't know where they come from. It is impressive how many of them are in such close proximity to your house, though. I'm like this. Oh, I think oh shit, you never want to put those on the... You never want to put those on the land. You want to put them only on the middle, so they get the maximum. I might have to actually sack the bottom. The blower is actually not going to matter much because it doesn't light everything up. This could be okay. Put it in row 2. Oh, this is going to be a pretty long one though too. And of course the sun doesn't do anything for you, so it's kind of silly to think about. This is actually really annoying. I don't like not being able to see. That's why I even was using the blower even when you didn't need to use it, just for the fact of being able to, like, you know, get rid of the thing for a long period of time. I don't know how I'm going to actually deal with this guy. Maybe we can put this in front to protect it. I'm assuming that was the correct spot, which it was. You got to blow this guy away for sure. because otherwise he's just gonna get through. The witch mowers are gone. Only number 2 and number 6, I guess. I think number 2 at least. Put this here. I can't really see. Oh, so this guy's gonna come from behind and do it too. Put these all in the water still. I think these guys are munching at my shit, the little diggers. If there's any pads open for this, which is pretty much good here. Put this here. I don't know how to deal with these guys if they're going to come behind like that. That's going to be very hard. Like, even this guy's not getting hit by anything. Or he could be getting hit by the stars, but it's kind of touch and go. But this one here too, because they hit in all 5 directions. So those are amazing in the middle of the board. Or even this one's good for the bottom, since that guy's being such a nuisance. There's another like mini game or puzzle one that works like this too. Like where you can just get rid of those. You don't really have too many of those blowers at sort of just to use though. Those little pumpkin protector things are good too. We're past the middle wave. You can put another one of these down. It did survive all the chaos. You can put one of these just right in front and then use it almost like a walnut. That's kind of how those things work. Just make sure none of the flyers get through, but they really shouldn't at this point. Only be planted in water. I'm trying to guess and aim for that. Put this right in front. This kind of, they give you a whole bunch of shit, so this isn't really the hardest thing in the world, but I don't think anything is still hitting these though, so you still got to be aware of it. It's basically spam planting stuff. Put another one of these. Just use them as a meat shield if you have to. I mean, the sun just starts to the stars just start to decimate stuff at some point because there's just so many of them. They're only good like that, but they're kind of expensive. They cost like $3.25 each, so it makes it kind of not worth it. So this you badly need to get rid of the one guy, but now you're almost going to be able to sack the mowers for stuff too. Right? Only if you get something in the bottom row could it be a problem. The bottom or the second. That wasn't actually that bad, but we could still lose if that happens, right? Oh, this also counters the pogo sticks as well as the metal cap guys. I'm not sure what it does to the football guys, but it presumably is pretty good too. This guy might get through, but then we only have to... We have the... I guess I won't even give him the satisfaction though. We wouldn't have had the... Oh, here we go. Now this is the PTSD moment where you have to use these on the fucking roof. Because oh yeah, not only do you have to use the pot, but you can't even use like regular stuff, can you? Because you're at like a weird angle. Like on these ones you have to use the catapults, and on these ones you have to use the... You can use whatever you want. Well, they even found a way up on the roof. These are some persistent zombies, dude. You'll need to use cabbage pults here due to your roof's angle. Remember that and you're good to go. Yeah, that is a very... I forgot about that aspect. Only 6 weeks left until the pumpkins come to life in real life. But I have almost everything here too. So I think most of these you just get from the shop. That was pretty good, I guess. Go back here. We'll definitely do like a bonus episode to do some of these mini games and stuff. Some of those puzzles were pretty hard. Okay. See, look how I have to stretch my display for this to actually capture properly. It's such a nightmare to do. So I had to get it down to like an exact measurement science just to make it look full screen, even though it's not full screen.